Hi. Okay, good. My AirPods are working. Whoops, that needs to, it's a little low for me, even for me. Hi guys, how are you? Why does the camera look a little crooked? Does it look a little crooked to you guys? What's up, Tom? What's up, Complexity? What's up, Lori? What's up, Kinez? What's up, Shannon, Vanessa, Miss Redmond? Hello, Dominic. I hope you guys are having a great, it's Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. What's up, Casey? I just got out of the gym, went and got myself a little tan, got a tanning lotion on discount, did my nails, exfoliated to the gods. I'm thinking about doing a coconut oil treatment on my hair tonight as well. I've really, you know what I've been really wanting to try? I've been wanting to try those um gloss treatments for your hair. It makes your hair look so good. Looks like you put like a sheet mask on your hair. What's up, Vape? How you doing? Sorry, I really didn't pre-shuffle. I really didn't. I didn't shuffle. I was actually trying to fix my freaking eyelashes. Any experience with eye twitching superstitions? I think I'm going mad. No. I think it's just honestly like something's just going on with your nerves. Tan, wear. You're a hater, Vanessa. Okay. I'm working on it. I didn't tan for a really long time. And then so I kind of just like worked back up to it. Got a lineless tan by the pool. Oh, okay. I love that. I have to be honest, I'm getting a little tired of the like I love my natural hair color, don't get me wrong. I think it's really pretty, but like this dark up here is it's a little much for me. It's a little much. It's getting a little dark, so we might have to touch it up. But anyway, anyway, you guys, welcome to All Signs. We're going to be taking a look at what you can expect, and this is going to be for this weekend. So July 4th through the 6th. Oh my God. It's my old best friend's death anniversary on what is it? Wait, is it the 4th? Hold on. Let me double check the dates. July. Yeah, okay. So July 4th to the 6th. So on the 5th, on Saturday, is my old best friend's death anniversary, July 5th, which just coincidentally is also my parents' anniversary. And then I know that we have Venus making a conjunction. She's already applying right now anyway. So we're kind of getting like the vibes of that already. But I think she's making an exact on July 4th. I think it's July 4th or 3rd, something like that. So we're definitely going to be feeling that this week. Hopefully, it's good surprises. I really think it just depends on what's going on in your personal chart, honestly, on how it's really going to play out for you. Because I feel like it could really go either way. But yeah, so we're going to be checking out that. Check for any of your placements. It really doesn't matter because this is a general reading. If you want a personal reading, then you can visit my website, violettaalexis.com, and you can book there. All of my information is in the description box below. If you want to book a super chat question, then you can do it right here on YouTube. You will not be going to Hipsy tonight. You will be asking or requesting via YouTube. Okay. And here, let me put this. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. And then what's that? There we go. Perfect. Yay. It's all set. It looks so cheap like that, though. I hate that. I have to figure out another way to make that look cool because it just is not it. I feel like it looks so dark in here. All right, whatever. Listen, we may not want a lot of things. We may, you may have not wanted that Starbucks this morning, but you went, or you may have not needed that Starbucks this morning, but you went and got it anyway. You may have not needed that piece of shit you dated 10 years ago, but you did it anyway. You know what I'm saying? We don't always need to do things, but if it makes us feel good in the moment, but that's what makes me feel good. Like I like to feel, in order for me to feel good, I like to be waxed down there. That makes me feel sexy. Sometimes I like to have my nails done, sometimes I don't. It just really depends. I like some highlights in my hair. I like a nice little tan. I love to bleach my teeth. I'm obsessed with skincare. I love all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I could do a self tan, but I can't get down with it. The self tan to me is, it stinks. It freaking stinks. I feel like I'm painting my car. You've uprooted the Queen of Swords in her. Listen, my South Node in Libra. Okay. Mine was two bowls of ice cream. Ugh, period, Queen. You know what? I'm actually glad that ice cream makes me break out. And the reason why I'm happy about this is because if it didn't, I would just keep eating it, honestly. But it makes me break out. And so I either am like, okay, is it going to be worth it? Do I just deal with the consequence? Or do I try to be a civil human being to myself? Thank you. Okay, love that. What's up, Vicky? It's going to be fine weather this 4th of July weekend. Um, this guy that I see a lot at the gym, he's really, really nice or whatever. But he saw me in the parking lot and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" And I was like, hanging out with my kids, even though they're gonna be at their dad's. I hope you're not watching this. If you are, I'm so sorry. But he was like, "Oh, well, maybe we should get together." And I was like, maybe. I don't want a man in my face right now. I'm sorry. I really don't. I've been having, it's just very peaceful right now. And I'm just really enjoying it, and I just don't want a man in my face right now. Not right now. Okay. Not right now. I just, not right now. I am just trying to live my little girly pop life, and I'm thinking about getting into fucking Pilates. I've been thinking about getting into Pilates, and like maybe I can meet some women friends. I always feel like for some reason, I always end up having so many men in my life, and whether it's platonic or otherwise, and I just really need women in my life, honestly. Well, men aren't my issue, but I'm embracing the freedoms I have. Good for you. It's just like, when you're a girl or when you're a woman, right? And you have just kind of been through the romantic ringer a time or two or 10 or 12, you just kind of get to a point where you're like, enough, just stay away from me right now. But you are great. You seem like a nice guy. And so, obviously, what sign is she on? This is talk time. This is my talk time. So, you can either just leave and come back, or you can just mute me, you know, um, or you can pitch in, right? Mm. This is the intro. What's up, Mason? On that note, I know I'm going to regret it if I don't charge my phone. So let me grab my charger. 1 second. I feel you. I feel like I'm more stressed with a man in my I don't know how people do it. I just like I heard a story today of this woman and she was talking about how it was literally the day of her wedding and she gets a DM on her Instagram and is like, "Hey, queen. Hey, girl." Like you get the "hey, girl" message, and she's like, I did not know he was married. I am so sorry. I did not realize that that was his bachelor party." And the horror stories that I hear, it just makes me become more and more of a hermit. Like, honestly, at this point, you would have to be Andrew Lincoln. You would have to be Rick Grimes from Walking Dead. I can't. I'm really tired. Yeah. And so she's like, "Well, you know what? I'm gonna go through with it." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm invested." So she goes through with it and he's like crying and he's like, "I love you." And, he's saying his vows. And I'm just like, it's crazy that he can just like straight up just like act as if none of that happened and he didn't do that. And he's just playing the game and he's like legit tears. And she's like, and she's like not crying at all because she had the message or whatever, you know? And she gets to her vows and she's like, "Yes. This is actually the real reason why I've brought you all here." And I guess like she put a projector or something at her wedding and she released all of the photos. And she's like, "But I'm not getting married, but the food is already paid for. So I want you guys to have a great time." I'm just like, I'm never getting married. You would have to hold me at fucking gunpoint. I hear absolutely no, I have never, I think I've heard two like solid marriage stories that were like good. Every story I hear sounds like a living nightmare. I'm like, no. And I look back at it and I'm like, I'm so glad that I never got married. Actually, like, I'm genuinely so glad that I never did. Okay. All right. Now that I know some of you guys are not here for me, okay, you don't give a fuck what I have to say. You just want to hear about what's going on for you this weekend. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get to that. Let me just go ahead and put on some music. Ooh, maybe some ambiance. What do you guys think? Oh, and thank you, CR, and thank you, Karina, as well. Sorry I didn't say anything. I appreciate you guys being the first super chatters of the evening. I hope my eyes have been a little weird. I don't know if it's because I just take off my eye makeup with olive oil and so it like makes my vision blurry or what, but kind of shit in my pants here. Ooh, magical library ambiance. Let's see what this is. This looks fun. This looks very Harry Potter-esque. Okay, I can get with that. That's cool. All right. So, what's up, Geeky Z? What is sapphic? I enjoy hearing your stories and your sense of humor, Violetta. Thank you. We need to trade playlists. Ooh, I would be down to trade playlists with you. Absolutely. Wait, Kenneth, are you a woman? The only reason I say that is because, like, I just assumed that you were, and I can't really see your profile picture. And so, like, I'm not trying to be weird. I'm being like dead ass. 'Cause when I said, "Oh, thank yes, queen" or whatever, and you're like, "All right, king," like I thought, "Oh God, is Kenneth a man?" Like I didn't even think about it. Are you a man? Are you a woman? So sorry. I'm not even trying to be funny. I love kiddos. I'm being dead ass serious. What's up, falling in cursive? I love that. I love that name. What does the tat on your finger say? It says KTR. Um, a lot of my followers already know the story, and I'm really sure that they're tired of hearing it. If you want to know the story behind this, I'm happy to tell you. What's up, Bryant? It stands for Kiss the Ring. It's a joke between me and my best friend. My old best friend, not my old best friend. My God, it's an old joke between me and my best friend. I am a grown woman who's interested in only women romantically and have men for friends. Oh, okay. See, I knew you belonged here. I knew it. I like had maybe a few interactions. I was like, no, she belongs here. I just knew it. Listen to your intuition, ladies and gents. Right. Like I didn't know. I was like, wait, shit. Okay. I gotta do something about this upper lip. Many years ago, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that, I went to go get my lips done, and he made the bottom one quite a bit larger than the top one. And I was like, oh, what is going on here? But I don't want, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but it looks weird. Anyway, nobody cares. Okay, you guys, once again, welcome to All Signs. We're going to be taking a look at what is going on for you this weekend and what you can expect. Um, Make sure that you check for any of your placements because it doesn't matter because these are general readings. If you do want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during this live, then you can book right here on YouTube. Okay, here's the little menu. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get started. I love you too, falling in cursive. Kenneth is one of them. Okay, so what are we doing? We'll do Aries today. We'll start with Aries. All right. Aries. Oh, crap. I got to put the menu somewhere else. Sorry. Hold on, you guys. All right, there you go. That works. That's good enough. All right, what's going on, Aries? I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Let's go ahead and take a look to see what is going to be occurring for you this week. Overall energy is the world reversed. Well, we are in Mercury shadow period. What to expect is the Queen of Cups. All right. Your advice is the Page of Swords reversed. Aries, I would be very cautious around getting involved in any kind of gossip, rumors, drama, especially when it comes to maybe love or some kind of unfinished business that's been going on that's just been kind of up in the air, because I feel like things could really take a turn for the worse if you're not careful. But let's see that world's reversed. Oh, wow. Okay. This is like your classic, I'm reconciling with someone or I'm bringing up something back from the past that needs to be closed out, but I'm not happy about it. You seem to be in quite the mood. um Whomever you are reconciling with this weekend, it can definitely feel like there are some unspoken words or some things that were left in the past that need to be revisited for some reason, that need to come back up. For some of you, you may actually be taking accountability for something and making a big judgment call about that, but you may not necessarily be, mm, like I said, happy about it. You seem to be in a bit of a mood. What's that judgment? It feels like you're taking responsibility for something. If I'm going to be honest with you, for my Aries, you're showing up as a masculine. So if you're a feminine, you may need to kind of reverse this a little bit. Okay, something to kind of keep in mind. Um, but it feels like you're trying to take responsibility. And yeah, maybe you're not happy about it. Maybe you're in a fucking mood, right? But you are taking responsibility. And I think that it's not the worst thing in the world. So what are we taking responsibility about? The Seven of Pentacles reversed. It can be around like maybe you wasted somebody's time, maybe you owe somebody money. It can be around financial matters, but the Seven of Pentacles reversed shows up when maybe we've lost our patience or where we didn't receive something in return that maybe we were expecting, or maybe somebody had certain expectations for you and you didn't really meet those. Whatever it is, it seems like once again, while yes, you're not happy about it, you are taking responsibility and accountability for something. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be about love exactly. It just can be that there's some unfinished business regarding finances that are kind of coming up, and you're like, oh, fuck, I got to take care of this bill, or I have to pay off this debt. It can be that as well. It doesn't always have to be about love. And once again, you seem to be in a bit of a mood about it, but it is teaching you something. And I do feel like you are maybe maturing financially, and it can also be something in regards to your physical health as well. So if you kind of maybe skipped out on a checkup or something like that, you can be returning to it. Maybe you're getting some blood work or whatever the case may be. Okay. And of course, you're not happy about it. So who the hell is happy about getting blood work done, right? So what to expect this weekend? You have the Queen of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Chariot reverse. Who is this Queen of Cups person? Whoever this is, it doesn't really feel as though there's much action going on between you and this person, or at least they don't seem to be really pursue. Like if you're a masculine and you're interested in feminine energy, to me, this woman, this person doesn't really seem to be taking action towards you, even though there is, mutual feelings between the two of you. So maybe this is an ex, maybe this is a spouse, a partner, whatever it is. And this is somebody who is kind of at the point where they feel like things are a little out of control. They can feel like no matter what they do, they're just constantly at a loss. And I want to know why that is. The Eight of Wands, this person may feel as though they can't really get through to you for some of you. Okay. They could feel like no matter what they say, you just don't get it, or you're always trying to control the conversation. For others of you, if you're a feminine energy, I feel like this is kind of what you're doing, where you're not really taking action towards somebody. It's like, yes, feelings are there, but you're not really acting on them. If anything, you just feel like no matter what you do, no matter what you say, it's not understood, or you feel like maybe somebody is committed to misunderstanding you, but you don't feel encouraged to speak your truth or to explain your feelings, because once again, it's like hitting a brick wall. And so you may not want to force something. Advice is the Page of Swords reversed. Three of Cups reversed. What did I say? Eight of Cups reversed. You, once again, so it was what I was saying in the beginning about really needing to be cautious about who you buy your secrets from or who you tell your secrets to. Because I feel like if there are third party situations, or if you're letting people in on your business, or if you're gossiping, or you're trusting the wrong people, I definitely feel like it can come back around to bite you in the ass. So be careful with that, because it does kind of feel like some old drama may be coming back up. And I feel like it's not really about the drama or about the gossip or about the bullshit within itself. It's more about how you deal with it that's going to matter. So your hard work is paying off. So yeah, you might not be happy about some accountability that you need to take, or you may not be happy that you have to pay off that debt, or you may not be happy that you have to be honest about something you feel uncomfortable about being honest around, but I do feel like it will pay off. This says new moon in Capricorn. Well, we're having a full moon in Capricorn on July 10th, so you may kind of start to see the finishing touches of whatever this is kind of come about on the 10th or around the 10th. And then Neptune energy. So once again, be cautious who you get your information from or who you're giving your information to, because it definitely feels like there's some kind of weird stuff going on in the air. Neptune is going retrograde as well, so it can be maybe some truths come out, something is a little bit revealed. Some people say that Neptune is Neptune, almost said reversed. Neptune retrograde is where the illusion is worse. But I found it's where sometimes you have a lot more clarity in situations. So I feel like once Neptune turns retrograde on Friday, things are really gonna start like making sense to you. And I feel like that's when things can really be dealt with. So, Aries, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question in order to get your cards read during this live, then you can do that right here on this YouTube app. Okay. Thank you. All right, let's move on. What's up, I Wander? Thank you. I'm just reading your guys' little conversations. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Taurus. What's going on, Taurus? I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and I hope you have an even better weekend. Your ruler is Venus, and she's going to be cuddling up next to the Great Awakener, the planet of change and rebellion. So have fun with that. Let's go ahead and see what's going on for you this weekend. Five of Cups reversed. Okay, that's good. What you can expect is the Two of Pentacles, maybe something financial, some kind of financial decision. That's very Venus as well. And then the Two of Cups reversed for your advice. I just heard live and let live. Interesting. Not sure why I heard that. Let's see what that Five of Cups reversed is. The Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Hermit reversed. Tell me about that Hermit reversed, the Seven of Swords. It's that Five of Cups reversed, the Emperor reversed. There's maybe some sadness that you had about an emperor reversed. Some regret that you had around a masculine energy in your life. I feel like you are maybe forgiving this person, or you're trying to overcome, or you're trying to let it go. Maybe it's just about like childhood wounds or abusive relationships, and you're just trying to like chalk things up to a missed opportunity. There can be maybe some paranoia about it for some reason, or maybe some paranoia around a missed opportunity, or maybe some of you are asking for forgiveness or you're giving it. That Seven of Swords feels very strategic, though. What are we doing here? The Ten of Wands reversed. I feel like you're trying to avoid biting off more than you can chew. So if there's something that you're trying to let go, or someone that you're trying to forgive, or you're just trying to learn how to let go and kind of move on from something, I feel like you're doing so in a very kind of, I don't want to say a secluded way, but you may be very picky in regards to who you associate with, potentially, because it feels like you're trying to avoid more burdens, or you're trying to avoid more headaches, or you know what I mean. So it feels like you're just chalking something up to a missed opportunity, but there can be a little bit of overthinking around it, I would say. And you may be trying to you may be trying to avoid doing that, or you may be suspicious or paranoid that somebody's like planning something against you, or like somebody's going to try to make something harder on you. So there can be a little bit of paranoia going on in regards to that. So just I guess for this weekend, just watch where your mind goes, because you can definitely be like a little paranoid or overthinking things a little bit. Obviously, listen to your intuition, but it definitely feels like you're overthinking something while still trying to let go of it at the same time. You can be like, oh God, I'm just trying to, maybe it's like something that you did and you're like, I hope this person forgives me. But then like maybe you're paranoid that they're still upset and they're gonna do something to you, or they're gonna try to seek out revenge, or maybe they did something to you and you're just like, oh, I just want to let it go, but you're fearing that they may get upset about that and try to do something or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What to expect. The Two of Pentacles, the Strength reversed, and the Ten of Swords reversed. It just feels like you're trying to handle whatever is going on in your life as best as you can. You seem to be attempting to make very practical decisions, putting one foot in front of the other. It feels a little chaotic. You are trying to make sure that whatever decisions that you are making is coming from a very balanced place, while you're still trying to overcome whatever this forgiveness is or whatever this ending is. But there may be kind of some pride or ego attached to it. Um, What's that? Strength reversed? The Magician reversed. Be careful that someone doesn't try to prey on your weaknesses, Taurus, or maybe you're doing that, but somebody may try to prey on your weaknesses, whatever that may mean, to try to get you to, I don't know, maybe go back to a job or to go back to a person or something like that. So just be cautious, because your ego might get in the way, or somebody's trying to make sure that your ego gets in the way to try to manipulate you in some way. So don't let that trigger you, because you're going to fall back into a pattern. Your advice is Two of Cups reversed, the Two of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So this may be a time where you're needing to, disconnect from a person and reconnect with yourself and your passions, and you're needing to go outside of your comfort zone. You're needing to make a plan in regards to the things that you want to take action on that you're passionate about. So maybe you're an artist, maybe you need to make more time for that. Maybe you need to come up with some kind of business plan if you're a musician or something like that. So don't be afraid to explore ideas, but try to choose different so that way you can have different. You're very close to achieving your goal. And then cardinal energy. So this is about taking initiative because you're very close or you're on the precipice to something that you really want. But if you don't plan correctly or if you don't take initiative, then it's not going to happen, because it's essentially saying nobody is going to hold your hand. This is where you're needing to portray some level of courage in getting the thing that you want. It's kind of like that fortune favors the bold. Okay. So, Taurus, that's what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I do hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here in the YouTube app. And draw my cards. Right. Let's go ahead and move on to Gemini. Hello, Gemini. I hope that you guys are doing well, and I hope that you are fucking prepared for Uranus to go in your sign. But let's see what's going on for you this weekend. In your energy is the Five of Pentacles reversed. What you can expect is the Five of Wands reversed and the Four of Wands reversed for your advice. Okay. Two of Swords reversed. Queen of Pentacles. So with this particular energy, Gemini, it feels like there are maybe some financial issues that are kind of coming to a head that you're going to need to focus on. And you can be feeling like a little insecure about them. This can be something that you've tried to avoid for a while, or maybe it's something that you've attempted to put off. Can also be something in regards to your health, or maybe it's just around you needing to get back into the gym or something like that. Because Pentacle energy isn't just about money and stability, it's also about your physical well being and your physical health. So, whether it's about money or whether it's about fitness and health, regardless, there's something that's making you feel unstable and insecure, or insecure within your own body, in your own skin, or insecure in regards to your bank account. And you're realizing that you may have neglected something for a long time or attempted to avoid it. And now it's kind of coming up, and you're like, ah, shit, okay. But the good thing is that the Five of Pentacles is in reverse. So, it tells me that you're actually doing something about it, and there's some level of resolve because of the action that you're taking. So I'm not really mad at it. Like, yeah, you're a little like, oh, fuck, I don't want to go to the gym, or oh, God, I don't want to have to budget this week, or I don't want to have to do my taxes, or, but you're doing it. And I think that you're going to be all the better for it, whatever it may be. So just make sure that you're taking care of yourself, make sure that you have your priorities in order, and make sure that you're taking initiation into the things that you need to solve. What you can expect. Oh, I love this. So, what you can expect this weekend is the Five of Wands reverse, the Temperance, and the Nine of Cups. So, Gemini, this to me looks like something that you were conflicted about, or maybe some kind of argument that you had with another, or maybe you've been in a debate with someone for a while, or you've been in some kind of drama. It seems like things are balancing out now. It feels like you're able to get something that you want through peace or through a civil conversation. It feels like you are getting the thing that you want. And I don't know what that is specifically. It can really be anything. It can be something around creativity. It can be around actual peace, you just simply wanting peace. But whatever it is, it feels like you can relax. It feels like there's something kind of coming over you where, because right here, this energy of you feeling insecure, not feeling good in your skin, or not feeling financially stable, or whatever it is, right? It's like it kind of has you in a little bit of a whimsical flutter, but because you're doing something about it, I feel like that's why you're here. So you're achieving something, you're getting something that you want. This is very individually content. You're content. You're at peace with how life is going. What's that 9 of Cups? The High Priestess. Some of you are getting laid. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting that off of the card. Some of you guys are getting laid. Okay. For others of you, maybe some of you are getting a reading that ends up like really helping you out. This can also be where you guys are just spending a lot of time alone, reconnecting with your feminine energy. Or for some of you, if you're a masculine, this can be where you're connecting with a very desirable feminine energy in your life, where maybe you and this person are able to create peace together. But it feels very it feels more solo, if I'm going to be honest with you. Whether you're a male or female, it feels very solo. It feels like you're finding this level of contentment with being alone or being by yourself, because that 5 of Wands is reversed, which tells me there is a level of peace that you're feeling. And a lot of the times that feeling of peace can come from being alone or isolation sometimes. And it seems like you're, excuse my French, but you're happier than a pig in shit, it looks like. It's like for some of you, I mean, 9 of Cups can be very, very creative. It's Jupiter and Pisces. Maybe for some of you are like, oh, yeah, I finally took care of that thing, or I worked out all week. Now I can finally lock myself in my room for 2 days and watch fucking Bridgerton, or, and write my book, or whatever it is. It looks really good. The 4 of Wands reversed for your advice. The Page of Wands reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed. I would really be cautious with you guys comparing yourselves to others. Okay. Some of you may like see somebody, or, you may see someone that has something that you want, and you may start to feel some kind of way. And then you don't allow it to motivate you, you allow it to discourage you. And then you're like, well, I'm never going to be that, so I might as well not even, but I don't want you to have that mindset. If that does come about, I want you to use that as a stepping stone, or I want you to use it as inspiration, not a way to make an excuse and cop out. You know what I mean? So if there is something that you see this week that makes you feel a little off, or makes you feel even jealous or whatever, I want you to be able to take that energy and alchemize it, and transmute it into a different area in your life, and allow it to fuel you. Don't allow it to break you down. Okay. Some of you are dealing with a jealous woman in your life, okay, who's like hating on you, for some of you, with that Queen of Wands reversed. If that's the case, I wouldn't give it any attention with that 4 of Wands reversed. I wouldn't welcome this person in your space. I wouldn't welcome this person in your life. Nothing will come of this situation. So if that is the case, don't even worry about it. If there is something that you're worried about in regards to maybe your health, this is not, health advice. Okay. This is just tarot, entertainment purposes only. But I feel like if there's something in your life that you're incredibly worried about, whether it is health or whether it is money or something like that, I really do think it's going to be okay. House eight, yeah, maybe like money that you owe. House eight can also be secrets, it can be transformation, it can be psychology, the skeletons in our closet. Maybe you're worried about something in regards to that, but this is more so about just like facing your fears, or facing your own personal insecurities. It's about really facing shit head on and just dealing with it. And once again, transmuting eighth house, the energy, into something that will actually work for you. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great weekend. And I also hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And if you want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. Here's the menu. Have a good one, Gemini. Have a great weekend. So what I did, it's really freaking hot and I didn't want to keep drinking hot ass tea. So I made like a huge thing of spearmint tea, which is really good for hormonal acne. Okay, ladies or men maybe. And I just made a big ass thing of it and iced it and put a bunch of honey in it. So good. Thank you, Elshay. Thanks, Bryant. All right. Cancer, my favorite. Let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on for you for this weekend. Ooh, the lovers. The Wheel of Fortune for what you can expect. Damn, I'm trying to get this reading. Damn, the Empress for your advice. I mean, I don't want to clarify, you know? I don't even want to clarify. It looks so good. Okay. Your energy, the lovers, the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Fool. If you are looking for love, there can definitely be somebody that comes in, and it can be someone that feels quite rare. They can come in out of nowhere, or maybe you come into their life out of nowhere. This is very on par for that Venus conjunct Uranus this weekend. And you definitely feel some type of way with that lovers there. It's very strong, it feels very connected, it feels very intimate, and it you may feel like there's somebody here that you align with, not just on like a sexual level or anything like that, but on a mental level, on a mental plane, somebody who you may feel aligns with your morals or your values or your religious or your spiritual beliefs, something like that. Now, the only thing that I will say is with that Nine of Pentacles reverse, you want to be careful of getting wrapped up in that feeling and feeling as though you need to put on a show or perform or overcompensate in some way because maybe you don't want to lose it, or you feel like you have something to prove, or maybe there's a self-esteem issue. So just allow yourself to have fun with it and try not to overpromise and then end up under delivering, because I think that you'll regret it later. So with that Fool energy, it's really about not carrying that baggage with you into this connection or with this decision that you seem to be making, and just take your wisdom with you, but don't take the baggage with you, and just try to, it seems like you're already having a leap of faith. For others of you, if this is already like a spouse or somebody that you've been with, I would say the same. I would say it would be the same thing. Maybe you're having a new journey with your spouse or something like that. Just be careful of, once again, over promising and under delivering. But this looks really good. So many major arcanas. Ooh, a King of Cups is what you can expect this weekend with the moon and the Wheel of Fortune. Jesus, Cancer. This is so good. Well, the King of Cups is my favorite. It's Scorpio energy. We have Taurus, Libra, Pisces, Jupiter, Gemini, Uranus, all here. So you may end up meeting with somebody at a distance, maybe with that Wheel of Fortune. There can be somebody here who very, very deeply cares about you, but they may not be expressing all of their feelings. They may be kind of keeping some cards close to the chest, not because they're trying to be weird or secretive, but there may be some level of fear there. But this feels like a very deep, very, it's just a very deep, loving connection. If you believe in like twin flames and stuff like that, I don't really believe in twin flames, but it doesn't mean that my belief is right. Nobody can prove it, right? So, I mean, if you believe in twin flames, this could be like a twin flame kind of scenario. What's that moon? The sun reversed. I feel like there's a little bit of fear here. It seems like you're trying to trust yourself in this connection maybe, but you're having a hard time being totally optimistic, although you still are being that. You're still allowing yourself to be optimistic, and maybe it's just because of experiences that you've been through, but this is something that seems very emotionally beneficial, and I feel like this is very on par with that Jupiter in Cancer. And Jupiter in Cancer, it's really gonna make the emotions real big, you know what I'm saying? So if you have any Cancer placements, well, obviously you probably do if you're watching this, but I would see where maybe Jupiter is, and that can give you a little bit of a hint. Ah, this is a great reading. So your advice is the Empress, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Wands reversed. If you're a feminine, I would say remember your worth. And I feel like you might be just because I see that Nine of Pentacles reversed in your energy, which can be pre-Empress energy. So if you're in this reversed pre-Empress energy and your advice is the Empress in the upright, then this is once again saying, remember your worth. You don't have to crawl across glass to be chosen or to be picked. This is saying that there is a lot about you to be valued, and you should make sure that whoever you are engaging with values you. None of this like getting together with somebody who's picking you apart or who's constantly in their ego. You deserve someone that's more stable than that. If you're a masculine energy and you are in the presence of an empress, I certainly would not lead with ego. Okay. I would take the lead in a healthy, humble way. Because I don't think you would be able to get the empress like this. Okay. So just a word of caution. So be honest, but otherwise, this is really, really beautiful. It's a beautiful reading. Step out of your comfort zone. And Libra. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra. Some of you may have your North Node in Libra. This is a North Node card with the Libra card. So I feel like when it comes to relating to others or when it comes to one on one relationships, intimate relationships, I feel like you need to do something different. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there a little bit, or, you know what I mean? Maybe flirt a little, or even if it's your spouse or something like that, maybe there's something new and fresh and exciting that you guys can do? So this looks great though. Best reading so far, I would say. So, Cancer, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on the YouTube app. There is the menu. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to Leo. Whatever, geek easy. You're welcome, Vanessa. What's up, Carmen? Okay, well, like before it was when I was doing my other background, okay? And so it is what it is. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, Leo. Hi, Leo. I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and check out and see what's going on for you this weekend. Page of Pentacles reverse. Wah, wah. Three of Swords reverse for what you can expect. And the Ace of Swords reverse for your advice. I heard shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Maybe you guys need to not open your mouth about something. Let's see. Let's see though. The Three of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups. Some of you may be interested at some with someone at work, but I feel like mostly it looks to me like you may be collaborating with someone or you may be attempting to get on the same page with someone. For instance, if you are trying to work together with someone, you may have kind of your pick of the litter. So, for instance, let's say that you're in social media or something, and there's a lot of people that want to collab with you, right? You may be like, oh God, well, which one do I want to do, or whatever the case. And you may not really be putting in like a big effort, or you may be kind of delaying making that decision. But it feels like there are people that are kind of on your team and want to see you succeed. But tell me about that Page of Pentacles reverse, the Hangman reverse. It feels like you're kind of stuck, like maybe there's a project that you're trying to work on and you don't really know who you want on your team, or if it is love, then maybe you just have a lot of options and you're like, fuck, who do I call this weekend? Like whatever, right? And Mercury is going to be going retrograde through your guys' sign. It's already in shadow. It's going to be retrograde, I think, July 17th. So there definitely will be some reevaluations in regards to, well, whatever Mercury rules in your chart, right? And also in regards to the Leo house in your natal chart. So something to think about when it comes to that. But it feels like you just kind of have your pick of the litter, but you may be like, well, there are some sacrifices I'm not sure that I'm willing to make when it comes to working with these people, or when it comes to getting together with this person, or I'm not really sure. I don't feel like I have enough information. So it just kind of feels like you're a little stuck, but at least you have options. So the Three of Swords reversed for what to expect with the Tower reversed. Oh, is this what it is? It feels like you guys are stuck on someone. That's what it looks like to me. Like they, and maybe that's what it is, right? So if it is love and you're having a hard time making a decision, or these people just don't hit like your ex did, I don't mean like sex, okay? I just mean like general, right? So you may be having a hard time. You may have been waiting for this person for a long time and you're just getting frustrated because it's not really working in the way that you want it to, or it's not really happening in the way that you want it to. And so you can still be having a hard time letting go of that heartache, or that pain that has maybe been with you for some time. And so it just feels like you're a little frustrated because things didn't pan out in the past. It feels like in the past in the way that you wanted. And while you have all of the opportunity in the world, you still seem to be pretty pissed about the past. Or I guess I say frustrated. Tell me about that Three of Wands reversed, the Ace of Cups reversed. Like, I don't know if you were waiting on somebody to offer you something. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of a lot of girls talk about this, right? I don't feel like guys talk about this. I don't really think usually guys give a shit. Okay. But girls, like, we could have all of the options in the world, but if it's not the guy or the girl that we want, if it's not that one, we just couldn't care less. It doesn't, oh God, just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? That's what this feels like. Alexis, thank you. Your advice is Ace of Swords reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, Devil reversed. Okay. What's that Devil reversed? The Seven of Wands. Some of you want something, but you keep taking this passive route. And I don't know if you just need to speak up or you need to cut the shit, or if you're feeling intimidated in some kind of way, or you're feeling like you just can't cut it or you just can't compete or whatever. I feel like you're lying to yourself. I think that you really need to watch the way that you're thinking this weekend and the whole time Mercury's in your sign, quite frankly. But I feel like this, like, I don't know if it's a sob story per se, but this like passive, like route that you're taking isn't really working for you. You need to re-empower yourself or take your power back in some scenario, I think. Okay. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Pluto, take your power back. What did I say? Sorry, I hope I didn't yell in your ear. So, yeah, I mean, if you want the end of a tough cycle to approach, then you're going to have to get your power back. And what does that look like for you? You know, where does your true power lie? You know, sometimes it can be as something as simple as your routine. You know, going to bed at a really great, decent hour and waking up early and getting shit done, being productive, going to therapy, healing, right? You want to make sure that you touch on the little, all of them, right? So mind, body, spirit, money, things like that. But this says the end of a tough cycle approaches full moon in Capricorn. We're having a full moon in Capricorn on July 10th. So maybe that's when you get your kind of get your mojo back. You know what I mean? And thank you. Empower yourself, Leo. So that's what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so right here on YouTube. Here's the menu. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. Okay. This this hair is bothering me. I didn't even realize how like wavy it was in the back. It's not really working for me. All right, well, we're just gonna tuck you in. You're gonna piss me off. Whatever, that's good enough. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Sorry. All right. Virgo. Hey, twin. What's going on, Virgos? I hope you guys are having a great week so far. Let's go ahead and see what is going on for you this weekend. Energy, Eight of Pentacles. Well, wouldn't you know it? Working your ass off. Love that. Eight of Pentacles. That's Sun in Virgo. The Nine of Wands reversed for what you can expect. Careful of burnouts. The Nine of Swords reversed for your advice. Get out of your head, get into your body. That's what I heard. Right. Get out of your head. What did I say? The Hierophant. Hmm. Okay. Well, I could spin this a couple of different ways, right? So, Virgo, you guys are working pretty damn hard. And it can be like your actual job or your actual work or maybe content you're creating or whatever it may be, right? But you're a little confused, or you're like, is this really me? Or does this really align with who I am? Does this align with my values? You know, you can be learning a lot more about the thing that you're working on, or you can start becoming even a mentor in some way to other people or at your job. But this can also be around maybe some kind of commitment that you have to a person, where you're not really sure what to do. You may be working on yourself or maybe even attempting to work on the relationship, but it can be this kind of stuckness or this confusion, or, maybe what you're doing is you're separated from someone and you're really busting your ass or something like that. But you're yet still stuck on maybe a commitment or a specific person. So it can be that as well. But let's see what that Eight of Swords is. The Justice reversed. It just feels like a decision. It feels like you're working your ass off. You really are. But there's also this energy of maybe feeling a little off balance, or trying to figure out what you need to work on more of or less of in order to create harmony and balance in your life. What's really right for you? And so I feel like you're abiding by your commitments. I think that you're very focused and you're very stable. I mean, there's double earth energy here and it's in the upright, so it's really good. It tells me that you're busting your ass and maybe you're creating some kind of foundation for yourself. So I also feel like you're kind of getting rid of any distractions. It just feels like you're building. You're kind of in builder mode a bit. So whether that's like you're building your body or something else. So let's see that Nine of Wands reversed. Okay. The Ten of Cups and the Queen of Swords. That Queen of Swords, this person. What's the goal here? The Four of Pentacles. It just really feels like you're trying to create stability in your life. You're really trying to create stability in your life, and it feels like you have a lot of support from somebody, or you have a lot of support from your family. You can feel quite burnt out, honestly, with that Nine of Wands reversed, that showing here for what you can expect. But this can also be where you kind of let your guard down in regards to a relationship, or in regards to maybe a specific person. I see the Queen and the King of Swords here. So this may be somebody who is a vibrational match for you in some way. But it feels like there's a conversation happening around a relationship, or you're receiving a lot of support from somebody or from your family. And I asked, well, what's the goal? And I got the Four of Pentacles, to hold on to something, to maybe save money, to create structure. So it feels like you're building a foundation, whether that's in a relationship or and a relationship and your work, but it looks quite stable. You're just trying to figure it out, and it feels like you have somebody or people that love you very much trying to help you figure something out. You may also be receiving some level of advice, and it feels like you are taking heed of that advice, but it also feels like you have your own opinion and your own wisdom to apply to whatever this decision is that you're making. It looks really positive. I mean, it looks pretty positive. I think that you're just kind of trying to figure out where to go next, or where to go from here, or what to do next. Your advice is the Nine of Swords reversed with the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups reversed. 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8 is Saturnian. It can very much be about doing the hard work. I think that for some of you, it's really big on you guys needing to focus on your mental health. Maybe spend a little bit of time alone. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to take a break. Once again, be cautious of burnout because you may definitely hit that this weekend. You may be like, oh fuck, I need to call it a day. I need a nap. I need whatever. Okay. So don't be afraid to do that. And try not to worry too much because I feel like it can really show up in your body or show up in your face. And you want to be able to take a rest because you want to, not because you have to. And with that Four of Cups reversed, count your blessings. I really believe, Virgo, that a lot of you have some things to be very, very grateful for. And I want you to count those blessings, okay? Because I feel like you're working towards the future and you're trying to build a foundation, and I love that, and that's beautiful and that's wonderful, and I feel like you should keep going. But I also want you to appreciate where you are right now. I feel like past you would have really wanted a lot of the things that you have now. And so something to kind of keep in mind. So a personal issue reaches a resolution, full moon in Cancer, and then Virgo. So it can be in regards to your work or your health, because that's what Virgo can sometimes represent. Feel like there's going to be a family matter or a relationship matter that is finally going to bring you some level of peace. Okay. I feel like there's going to be somebody here who is going to try to maybe close something out or, try to call a truce with you or just try somebody who may end up trying to be very supportive of you and what it is that you're working on and what it is that you're trying to do. I just feel a lot of support for you. So expect to be supported. Just be cautious of burnout. Okay, Virgo, you guys have a tendency towards that. Capricorn, too, I think. All right, so that's what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. There's the menu. Have fun. I think I gotta pee. Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you so much, Sugar and Snaps. Thank you so much, Bara. What's up, Mojo? Aisha said, but where is my love life? Um, through the door where you find more self-worth and self-value and you raise your standards. I don't know. I just made it up. Building indeed, mind, bank, body, business, and world. Yeah, I'm a Virgo and I have been wanting to do more like self-care beauty videos and fashion stuff. I mean, it's shit that I do every day. Like, I'm not even kidding. I am always, making some kind of at-home face mask, or I'm making some new healthy meal that I really like, or you know what I mean? Like I'm always looking to improve something, or I'm like a psycho about skincare. I may not look like it, but I'm an absolute psycho about skincare. I love skincare. I love all of that stuff. I know way too much about it. I think. But I've been really wanting to make videos like that. I think that would be really fun for me. Damn it. Can we just like focus, please? Can you see me? Yay, welcome back, Lori. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and move on. Maybe I should pee really quick. Let me pee really quick. I do. I will probably integrate this channel. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, so sorry. I don't remember what I said, honestly. We're gonna get to Libra, but I have to change this music. This is absolutely terrible. How in the heck did you get those pills down? I've been taking a lot of supplements for a long time. You get used to it. I really don't like it. It's really gross. Hey, Erica. No, we have to finish the signs and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the super chat questions. God, this stupid thing. Maybe I need to, I don't want to bring my ring light in here though. All right, let's do Libra. Okay, hi Libra. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what's going on for you this weekend. The star reversed is your energy. Wah, wah. The Page of Cups reversed for what you can expect, and the Ace of Wands reversed for your advice. I heard don't do it if you're not passionate about it. Okay, that doesn't mean like don't show up to work or something. Man, stop it. So annoying. Okay, the star reversed, the Six of Wands, and the Six of Cups. Ooh, two sixes. I love that. I feel like there's something a bit creative going on here. It's weird. I'm getting a little bit of melancholy off of this for some reason, even though there seems to be so much to be happy for. You're giving a specific connection in your life a lot of attention, and I feel like you're getting a lot of attention in return. There may be some fame or some notoriety or some pats on the back or some kind of applause that you're getting for something. And it can be something that you've done in the past. It can't even be for your vulnerability, maybe, but there's somebody here that you seem to be connecting with, or people that you seem to be connecting with that really see your value and that are really proud of you. And I feel like there's a specific person you may be proud of in return, but that star reversed is also telling a story. Tell me about that star reversed. The Six of Pentacles. 666. Look at this. Six of Wands, Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Wow. I feel like you don't believe it. Like, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of like the people who get like these really big compliments and they actually deserve them, but they don't believe them. They don't believe them because they don't believe their value, or they don't believe that they're worth something, or blah 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 blah. And I feel like there's a part of you that is quite unhealed, and that's why you are feeling this way. My cat just keeps meowing. Don't doubt yourself, Libra. I want you to be, I always want you to be kind to yourself, but I want you to be extra kind to yourself this weekend because I really feel like you deserve what it is that you're getting. Like this positivity that you're receiving, I really believe that you deserve it. And you're kind of like, oh, well, everyone's going to think I'm a fraud anyway, or, I don't really bring anything to the table, or, I don't really like, don't do that. Oh, is this what it is? So what you can expect is the Page of Cups reversed, the Death card, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So there may be kind of this awakening that you have, and it's going to come from outside of you, where something may end in your life. Something is going to change in a really, really big way. And it's probably going to make you feel a little uneasy, but I feel like it's also going to switch you out of your monotony. And what I mean by that is something in your life has grown a little bit stale or has become a little bit monotonous. It's become a little bit boring and something needs to change. And so something outside of you is creating that change. You just might not see it immediately. It's kind of like, oh God, you think about 10 years ago, God, if I would have never met that person, I would have never had this. Or if that wouldn't have happened so long ago, I would have never had this. And so I feel like there's a moment happening that in like a few months from now, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so glad that that happened because otherwise I wouldn't have this or this wouldn't blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I feel like something like that is going on. Ace of Wands reverse, Page of Cups, and the Five of Swords. Don't lose yourself, Libra. I feel like there's something that may have you a little down. Like it kind of reminds me of like a really beautiful, famous person, right? Everyone's like, oh God, what does that person have to worry about? They're rich and they're famous and they're da da da. But it's like everybody has their own trauma, their own life experiences, their own, assaults that maybe have happened to them or whatever. And like, we never really know what someone has gone through or is going through or whatever. And so, um I really want you to be kind to yourself. I want you to remember who you are. I want you to remember what motivates you, what drives you, what makes you who you are. You guys could have really felt like at some point your innocence was taken from you, or maybe your innocence was taken advantage of in some way, something about your heart, something about like the purest part of you. And I feel like you may be apprehensive to bring that out again or to whatever, but that's where discernment comes in and that's where boundaries are supposed to be implemented. And so I feel like if you can just remember that, I don't know why I'm getting that. Full moon in Scorpio, it's time to release negativity. And Uranus. What is your problem? She's driving me absolutely insane. She will not stop. So, this is the time for you to break free. I mean, it's really interesting that Uranus is here. We're having that Venus conjunct Uranus this weekend, and Venus is your ruler. So, you're probably going to have some great awakenings and great epiphanies on your own psychology, the way that you think, things that you've gone through in your life, and how that's changed you for the worse, and how it's changed you for the better, and all the ways it's changed you, and how you now can have control over how you want to change from here on out. So, as opposed to being like a victim of your circumstance, being able to become a survivor and then not just survive, but now live. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So that is what I have for you, Libra. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question with me, you can do so right here on YouTube. There is the menu. I had to put her in my girls' room. She's just driving me crazy. What's up, Alban? Don't get it twisted. I love my cat. Just I love my children, you know. I love my cat, I love my children, but it doesn't mean that the things or the people that we love can't get annoying sometimes. Okay. Scorpio, what's going on? I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I hope you have an even better weekend. Let's see what's going on for you this weekend. Four cups. Okay. Ooh, a nine of cups for what you can expect. All right. The devil reversed for your advice. Oh, come on. Don't be such a big old baby. I feel like you have so much to look forward to, and you're just like looking at all the ways that life could have been different. But I get it, you know. But let's see. Hmm. Four of Cups, Nine of Swords, Two of Pentacles. This is very much like you. It doesn't even feel like you're present. It feels like you're here. It feels like you're here. You could be in a room full of people, and it just feels like you're all here. And I think that you're really overthinking things. I think that you are a little like you're getting to this point of apathy. I think it almost feels not like brain rot, but you know when you just like for instance, I know that I was watching a lot of news. Like I've been watching a lot of news, and let me tell you, I got to a point where I just started going down, like my mind went down the shitter. I'm like, I'm one person. There's nothing that I can do. I feel helpless. I feel hopeless. Like I was really just in a place. And I had to just stop for a little bit and focus on the things that bring me joy, right? One foot in front of the other. It's kind of like when you have anxiety and you have to like stop yourself, you have to count backwards, you have to talk yourself into thinking about something else, or like say, like sometimes there's a method that therapists will tell you to just announce out loud the things that are around you, right? So freaking black tumbler cup, or I kind of got to that point where I felt like I needed to do that. It feels like you are overstimulated, And the overstimulation is causing you to feel hopeless, or it's causing you to focus on things that maybe you can't control, or things that you can't fix, or things that you can't have, or that you couldn't have, or whatever it is. And so I feel like with that Two of Pentacles, you're attempting to ground yourself by putting one foot in front of the other, and attempting to make practical decisions. I do want to say that while you're very worried about the future, because that's what the Nine of Swords can sometimes be, it's about we're worried about the future, we're worried about what's going to happen, da 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 da, right? Try to count your blessings in this very moment. Sometimes I have to do that. Like if I watch too much news, I'm like, okay, kids are safe. I'm still kind of cute, right? I have a channel with some really nice people that watch me, like, and sometimes you just gotta do that. Okay. So just be careful of like overstimulation or brain rot or, whatever. Feel like you need to feel something. And I don't mean like feel something negative necessarily, but to get back in touch with reality a bit, because you seem to be very living in the future. So what you can expect this weekend is the Nine of Cups, the King of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Why do I feel like this is good news? I feel like you're getting good news and maybe some solid advice from somebody who is attempting to steer you in the right direction. This can be a lawyer or some kind of masculine energy in your life. Usually, this is somebody who's very logical, very intelligent, very straight to the point, and fair. So, if you have somebody like that in your life, then that can certainly be them. But it seems like you're getting something that you want. But however, because you're getting something that you want, something else must be let go of, or you won't really be investing in a certain area in your life anymore. But it's so that you can get something that you want. So, for instance, let's say that you have a YouTube channel and you like to talk about political stuff, right? And maybe you get a lot of views and you make some money, but you also like to talk about Pokemon cards or something, right? And so, like, the Pokemon videos end up doing way better than the political stuff. And now you're like, oh shit, well, now I can just do the Pokemon stuff full time, right? That's just a fucking stupid example. So it's like, it's like you're not investing in one area anymore, but it's not because you can't. It's just because something else is more of what you want. So whether that's a person or a financial endeavor, it seems that you're getting something that you want. So try to look alive, Scorpio. I feel like you have a lot to be grateful for this weekend specifically. Your advice is the Devil reversed, the Ace of Wands, and the Magician. Some of you keep giving control to people, places, things that are completely outside of your control. And I feel like you need to understand your own personal power and how intelligent you are and how motivated you can be when you really want to get something done. And I feel like whatever these fears are, whatever this brain rot is, whatever is going on in your mind that's stopping you from being the best that you can be or giving you some peace of mind, you have to redirect that energy in some other avenue, in some other way, because the thing that you want, the thing that motivates you, you literally have everything that it takes in order to get whatever that is. Your dreams need a practical plan. And then Aquarius, maybe it is around social media, maybe it's around astrology, maybe it's around some kind of humanitarian thing. Maybe it's in regards to some kind of groups. I don't know. But I feel like with your dreams need a practical. Well, that's really interesting because this is Aquarius, and then you have Aquarius here. So I don't know if And what's really funny about this as well is this is a Taurus card, and then you have Aquarius here. Aquarius is ruled, its modern day ruler is Uranus. Uranus is in its last degrees of Taurus right now. So maybe something that you've been slowly but surely working on since around 2018 when Uranus did enter Taurus. Think about where Taurus is at in your chart. That may be indicative of what this is about. Okay. So if you have, I don't know, if you have, Taurus in the second house and Uranus is going through there and it's at its anaretic degree, right? Maybe there's something that you're changing in the way that you make money, right? Maybe it's that you are switching lanes or you are switching jobs in some way, but maybe it's that you need to take advice from whomever this is or something like that. Or maybe it's that you need to kind of think outside of the box when it comes to the plan that you're trying to make, which I feel like you are because that Two of Pentacles is right there, which tells me that you're working on a plan. But be cautious of your mind. It seems like your mind is a little too scrambled or you're kind of all over the place and you don't really know what to do. One foot in front of the other is kind of what I want to say. How do you eat a whale one bite at a time? And once again, listen to whoever that this person is, because I feel like they have really good advice for you. So that is what I have for you. Thank you so much, Scorpio. I really appreciate it. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. Thanks a lot, Scorpio, and best of luck. I had a dream about watermelon, and because Saturn and Neptune are in my 12th house, I felt like it was trying to tell me something. So I bought watermelon. Because the 12th house is like your dreams. My parents have the sweetest dog. The sweet, he is such a he's such a baby. I wrote a piece on him on wheredeadflowersbloom.com. You guys need to go see his picture. He is, maybe I can pull it up really quick. He is so cute. He is such a baby. Oh good. Somebody named Florida Scum just followed me. Wonderful. He's so cute. Oh, here he is. Oh my God. Look at him when he was a baby. Look how cute he was. And then look at him now. Oh, he's so sweet. He's so cute. I love him. He is such a baby. Okay, moving on. All right, one more piece of watermelon, then it's Sagittarius. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I wasn't saying that I have Saturn and Neptune in my 12th house natally. I meant Saturn and Neptune are in Aries, and I have Aries in my 12th house. That's what I meant. I only have my North Node in the 12th house, which is very fucking difficult. Yeah, he's such a baby. I love him. Like when I sleep over there, he sleeps with me in the guest room, like on in my bed, and we snuggle. He's so sweet. All right. Aw, thanks, Sarah. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Yeah, Bryant, it's www.wheredeadflowersbloom.com. That's like where I write, and then my Where Dead Flowers Bloom on YouTube, that's where like I do my visual poetry and stuff. By the way, there's going to be a new post on Friday, so make sure you guys check it out. It's not like a big deal. It's like 2.5 minutes long. It's just like a quick something that I wrote, but I want to make something for you guys. All right, Sagittarius, I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what is going on for you guys this weekend. Oh, Five of Cups. Okay. That's your energy. Okay, the Ten of Pentacles. Why is everybody having like great things happening to them, but they're like so sad? Ten of Pentacles, for what you can expect. So maybe coming into some money. The Three of Pentacles reversed for your advice. Okay. But what's the Five of Cups about? The Ace of Swords reversed. You may have some regrets around not speaking your truth or maybe lying, or you guys may have some regrets around unspoken words or something like that. Just because I have the Five of Cups here and it's clarified by the Ace of Swords reversed, you can also feel like you don't have a whole lot of clarity about the past, okay? About something that saddened you. I want one more on that Five of Cups, the lovers. Okay, of course. So, definitely a connection that is very strong for you, and you can maybe feel a little in the dark in some way. Now, there is an Ace of Pentacles here, which tells me that there, despite how you're feeling about the past, or despite how you're feeling about a person or a connection specifically, or maybe it's that you don't really have a connection and you're just like, where the fuck? When am I gonna find somebody that cares about me or that loves me? And while that is there and it sucks, you do have an Ace of Pentacles here, which tells me that you are creating, because I feel like it's in your energy. So you're creating some kind of opportunity for maybe community. Maybe it's something that you're learning. Maybe you're learning about social media. Maybe you're doing some writing. Maybe you're creating some kind of opportunity for yourself in regards to socializing, online media, courses, podcasts. Maybe you get an idea from somebody and you decide that you're going to kind of run with it. And it feels like you're willing to do the work. But I wonder if this connection that you've had, or this maybe how you feel like maybe it's a lack of love in your life or whatever, I wonder if it's kind of the driving force for whatever this is, just because it's all kind of combined like that. But there's definitely a lot of kind of focusing on the past. It feels like you're bringing the past into this new opportunity. What do I mean by that? So for instance, like me, the whole reason that I found tarot is because I got my ass handed to me on a rusted silver platter by somebody I was dating at the time, and my heart was totally shattered and broken. Like, I was broken. I was so sad. And I ended up discovering tarot, and it just like showed up on my feed one day, and I was like, that's weird, right? Maybe I looked up something, whatever. But then I just started watching and I was like, I bet I could do this. I bet I could do this. Right. And I got all like motivated, and I actually created my tarot channel, or started tarot, in order to help lead other people through their heartbreak as well. And that's kind of where that stemmed from. So that's what I mean by you're taking that into this new opportunity that maybe you're creating for yourself. Maybe it's not exactly like that, but it's maybe something like that. The Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, the Emperor. The Eight of Swords. Whoa. What's that Eight of Swords about? The Knight of Cups. Y'all getting fucking married or something? So I don't know if you're a masculine or a feminine, okay? But there's a masculine energy here who seems to be really like, if you're okay, well, I don't know. There's just a masculine energy here who seems to be really taking charge in regards to a long-term relationship, or in regards to some kind of business venture. Whatever it is, it's basically like, not to be dramatic, but the Ten of Pentacles can be kind of everything that you've ever wanted, everything that you want. And so, with that being there, I feel like you have a lot of reasons to be happy. So maybe it's a brand new opportunity. Maybe you meet somebody online or something, and then like they end up, being like fucking Mr. Gray and 50 Shades of Gray or something, Obviously, that's for like maybe one person in the whole world, but that Eight of Swords tells me that you're not really sure if you should take action on this. Maybe you're still stuck on somebody from the past. Maybe you're still attached to it in some way. But this looks great. If that Emperor is you, I just feel like you're really taking your power back, or maybe you're getting promoted, or maybe you put yourself in a position of power in some way. It seems like you're very legacy focused, very future focused. Some of you can be getting an inheritance, but it's like money, power, all of those things is kind of what's coming into play here. Your advice: Three of Pentacles reversed, King of Pentacles reversed, and the Ten of Swords. So, for some of you, if this excuse me, if this King of Pentacles reversed is not you, I need you to stop giving your time, your energy to people that are using you for leverage, or using you as leverage, or riding on your coattails, or using you for money, or using you for status, because it's going to lead exactly where you think it's going to lead. So, something to kind of keep in mind, and you'll know it. For others of you, if you're this King of Pentacles in reverse, you got to get it together, buddy. Like I'm, it's like that kind of energy where you're just latching on to people for that. Like I understand if it's like a networking event or something, like, yeah, everyone's probably there to, network and kind of feed off of each other. I get it, right? Kind of like Miami or something. But ultimately, like when it comes to true, authentic relationships, if you're the one that's doing this, it will lead exactly where you think it's going to lead. And you will never really have the power, the masculinity in your life that you so desire. And so it's kind of like there's nowhere to go but up kind of thing. So, whichever side of the fence that you're on, conclusions are within reach. Chiron. Yeah, there's definitely some wounds here. I mean, maybe see where you have Chiron in your personal chart. In your natal chart. I have mine in the second house. So maybe that's trying to tell you that there's something is going to resolve itself, or you're going to get a chance to be able to resolve some kind of wound that you have. Chiron is the wounded healer. It's like the never ending wound. It just never quite heals. Okay. So whatever that is, I do feel like something can be exposed to you, or something can be revealed to you that's really going to help you heal that. And I believe that we have Chiron going retrograde. I don't think is that's not in July though, is it? I can't remember. Maybe it's a review of something, a review of some kind of wound, but I feel like you're going to get a lot of clarity around whatever this is. So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question and get your cards read during the live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. You're welcome, yeah. I love that, Vanessa. Okay, Capricorn. You're welcome, Mr. Bear. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. Cancer got this as well. The Wheel of Fortune. Hmm. What to expect is the Seven of Wands reversed. The World reversed for your advice. Okay. Damn. You're getting some good karma. Wow. Hello. This is incredible. Oh man, I can just feel it. You're gonna have some haters. I know that's what this is about, that Seven of Wands reversed. I mean, where do I go from here? Um, for some of you, you're getting married, okay? For very, very few of you. For others of you, you seem to be in this very let go and let God kind of energy. And to be honest, it's fucking working for you. There are some beautiful things coming into your life. And I'm talking about like big blessings. This is Jupiter. So maybe Jupiter is going through Cancer right now and it's exaltation. So maybe see where Cancer is in your chart, and that can give you an idea of maybe what this is. Or maybe look at your natal Jupiter. You can get an idea maybe what this is. Whatever the case is, it feels like you are getting good karma for something that you did. It feels like you're getting some level of fame or notoriety, or you're getting some kind of applause. You've achieved something. And I don't feel like it's all just been hard work and determination. I feel like a lot of it is maybe how you've treated another in a positive way, how you've given to others, or how you've been kind to others that's coming back around to you. I mean, you really can't ask for much of a better energy than that. I mean, this is a great energy. You seem to be very successful. You're continuously succeeding. You have a lot of faith. You can be focused on maybe faith or spirituality during this time. Some of you, if you're going through some kind of court case, you may win. Okay. If that's something as well, you can maybe enter a relationship that ends up being in the public eye in some way, or maybe you're in a relationship already and it somehow gets in the public eye, or you guys end up having a lot of success together. Whatever it is, it's absolutely stunning. I'm definitely hating for sure. Definitely hating. Okay. I feel like you have some people that are interested in what you're doing. With the Seven of Wands reversed, the Knight of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles, it feels like people are putting in an effort towards you, trying to offer you some kind of opportunity for what it is that you're doing. I do feel like there's this energy of maybe some people being a little jealous, some people being a little bit of I guess intimidated would be the right word as well. But I feel like it's because you're doing so well, like you're so successful with something. I know Capricorns love to hear that. I was wondering what they were offering. Three of Cups. This is like a huge social recognition. You can be networking with a lot of people. A lot of people may want to be your friend. Maybe you're building some kind of community. It's really positive, though. I mean, damn, it's really positive. What's this? The World reversed, the King of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Why am I getting a little sad? What's that World reversed? The Death card. There may be something in a connection from the past, like side note for some of you. With that world in reverse, this can talk about unfinished business, or where we have not quite yet matured to a certain thing, or we have not closed something out in an amicable way, or that makes it harder for us to move on to the next chapter. And I was like, well, what's the world reverse? And I got the death card, which can be an ending or change. So it may be saying either we need to end this in a mature, loving way, or something about this needs to change, where there needs to be some level of like a maturation process that needs to occur in some kind of love relationship. Or if you're not in a relationship and you're wanting to enter one, it can be saying that there are certain things about the past or some kind of unfinished business that you may have, maybe just in regards to your own healing, that need to end. You need to let go, or you need to allow yourself to change and mature in the way that you want to, so that way you can be that, but you can also attract that if that's something that you're looking for. But it just feels like just something in the background. Adjustments are required. House 6. So adjustments are required is pretty self-explanatory. So house 6, it comes after house 5, which can talk about house 5 is like where we're dating. House 6 is where we go to work out all of the kinks before we enter house 7, which is a one-on-one relationship. And so I'm wondering, with that, adjustments are required here. I feel like there needs to be there's some kinks in the system. Not like that, maybe. There's some kinks in the system. There may be some things that need to be adjusted, that need to be changed, that need to be talked about, around maybe habits, routines, things that maybe we're needing to go to therapy with another or by ourselves, or something like that, before we reach this maturation process into another relationship or something, just so that we're not bringing old habits into a new relationship, or we're not bringing our old habits into our already existing relationship, or whatever it may be. For others of you, this can just talk about a routine that you already have, or some habits that you have just in general need to change. Maybe you're just needing to go to bed, or it can be something as simple as you're just needing to go into bed a little bit earlier so you can wake up earlier and get more done. It can be maybe you're needing to focus on your fitness and your health a little bit more. Maybe you need to go to the doctors, whatever it may be. So that is what I have for you, Capricorn. Definitely you and Cancer have the best reading, hands down. Definitely have the best reading. So that is what I have for you, Cap. I hope you have a great weekend. It looks like you will for the most of you. Thank you so much. And if you want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. The menu is right here. All righty. All right, Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. I hope that you guys are good. Let's go ahead and see what's going on for this weekend for you. You guys, I don't answer super chat questions until the end of the all signs. Okay, something to keep in mind. But don't worry, they're all going to be time stamped. Okay, Lori, my mod, time stamps all of the super chats. So if you can't make it or you can't watch it live, it's okay, because it will be time stamped. The Hermit in your energy, Aquarius. Okay, a little bit of Virgo action. I like it. The Ten of Wands. Okay. Just for what you can expect. And your advice is the Page of Wands. I heard lighten up. Okay. Five of Wands. That's why I heard that. Look at that. And the Temperance. Okay. It reminds me of like when you just have a lot going on inside of you and you don't really want to project that onto anybody. So you decide to just kind of chill out, stay by yourself. And I feel like you're finding peace in that. I think that maybe some of you are focusing on maybe some creative pursuits. You're doing what you can in order to feel peace in your life. You're doing what you can in order to feel mentally stable and physically well. And so it just feels like, what's that Five of Wands? The Fool reversed. This can be you attempting to avoid any reckless decision making around any kind of drama or conflict with another, or maybe you're just feeling a lot of inner turmoil within yourself, and so you're trying not to put yourself out there, or like I said, project onto anybody. It can also be that you're feeling some kind of conflict on whether or not you should take a leap of faith in regards to some kind of avenue in your life. Whatever the case is, I do feel like you are, you know what you're doing? You're alchemizing something. You're taking like a negative feeling and you're turning it into something that works for you. So you can be focusing on some creative pursuits, but it feels like you're more so a little bit solo. You're kind of doing your own thing this weekend. It looks like to me. Now, your guys' modern day ruler, Uranus, is going to be in a conjunction with Venus, and Venus is going to be the one applying. So I feel like something positive can come to you. Maybe it is peace. Maybe it's a new sense of value. Maybe it's money. Okay. We all love money, right? Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe somebody's giving you a little bit of love. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. The Judgment with the Ten of Wands. Wow, this is really powerful. I think that you're getting some kind of communication from somebody from the past, or something from the past is coming back up, and someone's communicating to you about this. And it's going to feel like a lot to handle, but it may be that somebody's taking responsibility for something. Like it makes me feel like, let's say that you did have a conflict or you did have an argument with somebody. Maybe it was a long time ago, maybe it was recent, whatever it is. Like, for instance, this person may call you and be like, "Hey, like I just want to say I'm really fucking sorry for what I said, or I'm really sorry for what I did." And then maybe you say something like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry too." And they're like, "No, no, 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 no. Like none of this was your fault. Like it's just me." Because the Ten of Wands is taking not just responsibility for self, but for others as well. And so it can be that somebody's communicating to you about the responsibility that they want to take in regards to maybe a conflict that the two of you had, and they seem to be talking about the past and bringing it up. For some of you, this can be a person that is at a distance, but it's quick communication. It may feel like it comes out of nowhere. And I'm wondering if that's why this Temperance card comes about. I have Sagittarius and Scorpio here as well. But that's, I like it. I don't ever talk this way really, but it's a vibe. Like it's a vibe. Let's see your advice. Yeah, I feel like this is what I said in the beginning, where it's kind of like, lighten up a little bit. I'm not saying that you don't have a reason to feel upset, or, you don't have things going on, but everybody has things going on, right? Some worse than others. But like I was talking about earlier, I can't remember which reading it was, but sometimes I get very overstimulated with like the news and I get really depressed about it, or, I start to reminisce a little bit too much and I get really sad, or whatever. And I just kind of have to like laugh at it, or like laugh at myself, or, because it's like when you really, like, there have been times where I just really thought it was the end of the world, and, like, life has taught me it can always get fucking worse. Like, it can always get worse, and so sometimes I just have to, like, laugh shit off, or just kind of fucking move on, Maybe I need to go write a poem, or write a song, or do whatever I gotta do, but just kinda, like, get it out of me, and take, lighten up a little bit. So, I feel like whatever that means for you. We have be bold and make the first move. And then Sagittarius. You may have a Sagittarius in your life that you're dealing with. This can be that somebody is actually at a distance. That maybe you need to initiate a conversation with somebody specifically. Maybe you're needing to finally plan that trip. For some of you, it's really about planning a trip. Maybe some of you need to free yourself from somebody or something in your life that you feel has, restrained you for a long time. And I also feel like this is about being more optimistic. Sagittarius is also very optimistic. What are you asking them to make a move towards? The Seven of Swords. That's moon in Aquarius. Some of you are a moon in Aquarius. It can be like some kind of strategy, something that you're attempting to plan, or some kind of way that you're attempting to protect yourself. Okay. I heard get it out there in the open. Not sure what that means, but that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question with me to get your cards read during this live, then you can do so right here on YouTube. Thanks a lot. Menu's right there. All right. Bye, Vanessa. Have a good one. Pisces. Yeah, Lori, did anybody see the new perfume? Anybody see that? Yeah, okay. Just me. All right, Pisces. I hope that you guys are doing absolutely wonderful. Glad you can make it. I hope that you're having a great week, and I hope that you have an even better weekend. Let's go ahead and see. Ooh, High Priestess. Listen, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that if your major arcana comes up as your energy and it's in its dignity, so when it's in its upright position, to me, this means that you are your most higher vibrational self and you are in your power. So High Priestess is Pisces, that's you. Absolutely love to see that. Eight of Cups reversed for what to expect. Uh-oh. And the Five of Pentacles reversed for your advice. I heard don't be afraid to forgive. Okay, well, ooh, damn. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Ten of Cups reversed. I don't feel like you want to be in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, I don't really feel like you want to be necessarily. It doesn't mean that you're not open to it, but I don't really feel like you're like running to the chapel to get married or hunting somebody down to go on a date or something like that. I think you're kind of keeping to yourself. I think you're happy by yourself, or I think that you're doing fine just by yourself. There's a certain independence that is very attractive that's kind of like wafting off of you in some way. The High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles is a stunning energy, a very desirable energy. It's a very attractive energy. Like if somebody is embodying this energy and walks into a room, you're definitely going to notice them. They're going to have a very sexy, mysterious kind of vibe about them, something that says, I don't need anybody, I'm good on my own, which is attractive to people, right? And so I feel like this may be kind of what's going on with you. You're kind of just keeping to yourself. You're taking care of yourself. You're very intuitive. I would listen to your intuition, especially this weekend. It's really on point. But that Ten of Cups reverse tells me you're not really interested in supporting some kind of romantic relationship or well, what's that Ten of Cups reversed? Yeah, the Two of Wands reversed. It's kind of like I'm not really making any plans with a partner, or I'm not really showing up for a partner right now, or I don't really want a partner right now. You're comfortable where you are. Eight of Cups reversed, Moon reversed, and the Seven of Cups. All righty. Well, I hope that you're ready for whatever the hell that is. What is that Moon reversed? The Six of Cups reversed. It's all water, which it tells me it's likely something emotional, emotionally related. Um, I hate to be that tarot reader that's like somebody's coming back from the past, but that's kind of what it looks like with that Eight of Cups reversed. And this person may reveal something to you about their past, or may reveal something to you about your guys' past. Maybe a grudge that they were holding, or if they're being immature, that might kind of show up at this point. You may have a lot of options for some of you if you're kind of single and maybe you're looking or maybe you're not, but it can also be very mm, sexually enticing, I guess you could say, with that Seven of Cups. Kind of got your rose colored glasses on, or this person may. What is this? What are their intentions? The Empress. Oh God, they want you. They want you. Careful of getting pregnant. Okay, if you're not open to that. But this person thinks that you are the shit. They think that you are the creme de la creme. The queen of all queens or the king of all kings. They think that you are sexy. They think you are top tier, and it seems like they're interested. But it's somebody from your past. I don't think it's a new person. Good luck. Mm. The Five of Pentacles reverse, the Queen of Cups, and the Chariot reverse for your advice. I definitely wouldn't like ignore your feelings. I don't like act as though they're not there. It's okay to love someone. It's okay to have feelings. Try not to, because you may be not feeling so courageous, or very motivated to express your emotions, and that's okay. If you don't want to do that, you certainly don't have to. But don't try to pretend that they're not there. There may be some kind of abandonment issues that you're still dealing with, or some kind of self-worth or self-value issues, and I kind of want you to love yourself through that if that is the case. Okay, but don't, like, if you have been through a fucking diabolical love situation, like I have so many times before, it may keep you very, like, you can get really addicted to the piece, or and there's nothing wrong with that to a point, but at the same time, don't allow it to instill fear in you that you can't love can't find you again, or whatever, because I feel like you guys have a really big heart. And of course, while I don't think that should be shared with everyone, I don't want you to forget it either. Oh no, a new romantic cycle begins. And Mercury. All righty. Well, like I said, I hope that you're prepared. It feels like there's some kind of communication coming in with that Mercury energy, and you're really going to have to, you may end up talking to somebody. It looks like it's somebody from the past. And so it's asking you to be very clear. It's asking you to be communicative and be very clear about maybe what your boundaries are, or what your expectations are, or whatever. Okay. Good luck. So that was what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you want to book a super chat question, you can do so right here on a YouTube. The menu is right there. Okay. Now let's do super chat questions. Thanks, Ramon. Happy birthday. You're welcome, Shannon. Oh, thanks, Mojo. I always appreciate your compliments. You too, Shannon. I was watching videos of some women doing freaking Pilates. I'm sorry. Okay. I can't even believe, like, they were living in sweat, dude. I mean, it was incredible. I can't even believe, like, how hard those girls work out. I look at my own workouts, like, after I saw that, I was just embarrassed. Like, wow, I just can't. Right, this music is depressing. Lagry? I've never heard of that before. Mojo. Okay. Arena. Based on the answer to my second question from yesterday, what else is there to that? Karina, I can't go back and look at that question. I don't know what it was. I had a lot yesterday. I don't know what it was. I literally don't remember what it was. Thank you, MK. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I can even go back and look at it. Let me see. It won't let me go back and look at any of the super chats. Um, well, what was it? Is she in here? Oh, his feelings. Okay. Oh, no, no problem, Karina. I was like, shit, I don't remember. Okay. Four of Wands reverse can be where somebody's not really committed because of insecurities, or they just haven't really gotten themselves in that mind frame per se. Let's see. What's that Knight of Swords? I feel like he's avoiding a conversation. With the Four of Wands reverse, the Knight of Swords, the Sun reverse clarifying the Knight of Swords, and then the Two of Swords. I feel like he's avoiding a big conversation. It's almost like he's intentionally trying to keep you out of his mind sometimes. I do feel like there are a lot of things that he maybe wants to say, but with that sun reversed, he's not feeling very optimistic to do so, or it can be something around pride or ego that's kind of keeping him from communicating what it is that maybe he wants. There's an insecurity, or there's this kind of unwelcomed energy that maybe he's either feeling from you or he's projecting onto you, where he may just want to keep the peace and not really talk about it or like deal with it, so to speak. Thank you so much, Karina. CR. All right, let me see. Will Brandon and Cass get back together? The Queen of Swords reversed. I feel like the masculine may be a little intimidated by the feminine energy with that Queen of Swords reversed. I would say definitely with the feminine, be cautious of getting overly emotional or kind of losing your cool a little bit or making decisions based on an emotional impulse, because that can definitely veer this person away from the feminine. Hangman reverse, it feels like there's more of a stuck energy. Nobody's really making any sacrifices. Nobody's really seeing somebody else's perspective, where there's not enough compassion or empathy to really be able to hang back and kind of see somebody else's side of something. And I feel like that would be maybe coming from the masculine. So I don't really see anything right now. It doesn't mean that the energy can't change, but right now it feels like in limbo. Thanks a lot, CR. I really appreciate you. Um, I Wander Stories. Did I give my last date the ick? And will we be able to reconnect correctly? Let me see. Mm, maybe, but the Three of Swords reversed in the Nine of Wands because I was like, well, how does this person feel or see I Wander? And for somebody to see you this way, this person for some reason feels as though you still haven't overcome something. You still haven't overcome maybe some kind of trauma or heartbreak, or maybe this is somebody who kind of feels like you got your ass beat and you just kind of gave up, or maybe you lack boundaries or something like that. I don't know if it's like oversharing or something, but it's almost like the wall, they may feel like the walls were too down, because for some reason they're viewing you as a very wounded person. So, and if that gives them the ick, I mean, I don't know, but they definitely feel like you're quite wounded for whatever reason. So I don't know if you told them something, or will we be able to reconnect correctly? The Four of Swords reversed and the Three of Wands tells me we may be waiting for a while. Oh God, that's way too loud. We may be waiting for a while. This can maybe stress this person out for some reason. But I do feel like eventually there may be this, like, okay, kind of coming out of the dark or coming out of hiding or coming out of like being alone, maybe a little bit, and kind of throwing something out there and seeing what happens. But it's not like a whoa, like a huge kind of deal. So, it's a potential reconnection. There's more of an openness, I would say. So maybe you didn't give them the ick too bad. Thanks a lot, I Wander. We have El Shay. I still have feelings for this one person at work, and no matter how much I try moving on, I end up in the same spot. Okay, let's see how this person feels for you. This is very much Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles reversed. This person may feel like you're a hard worker, but this is somebody who maybe taking or want to take some form of action, but very, very slowly and very, very cautiously. And that can be because maybe there's a fear of you taking advantage of them, or maybe there's this, wondering if they can really offer you what it is that you want. Because the Six of Pentacles in the upright is where we're giving to another person and we're giving so generously. But that Six of Pentacles reverse is where this person feels like they don't really want to, or they can't, maybe just because they don't have enough information, or maybe they're not seeing your true value yet. So the Knight of Pentacles, this is more of like just a work relationship. It's not like super romantic per se. And the Six of Pentacles reversed, I would be cautious of this person taking advantage of you potentially. Okay, be careful with that, whether it's at work or something else. But I'm not really seeing anything super romantic. Let's see actions towards you. The Strength, the Queen of Pentacles. So this is, there may be some attraction there with that Strength card, but once again, this Queen of Pentacles is showing up. So they seem to be holding back a little bit. And it seems to be very professional. Out of the four cards here, there are three pentacle energies. And then there's the Strength, which is a holding back or resisting a little bit. So if there is some resistance, there must be a reason why they're resisting, and it can be around trying to be professional. Um, but I'm not really seeing anything too big. I mean, I feel like this person will be kind, but I'm not seeing anything super big. I don't know. I'd get a full reading on that. But from what I can see, that it's not giving me too much. There might be a little bit of like a sexual attraction, but they're not really, doesn't really feel like they're engaging with that. Thank you so much, Elshay. Will I find a job soon, next 2 months? The star reversed. What's the tower? The Queen of Wands. You're gonna need to take more initiative. I feel like there's something that you're needing to do where maybe you're underestimating your abilities. And what I mean by that is the Queen of Wands is a leader. She's a leader or a performer, or she can sometimes be a boss in some regard. And so maybe you're looking in the wrong direction. That tower moment tells me that something may occur where it kind of comes out of nowhere, just when you've lost faith, just when you've lost hope. Something may kind of come crashing down that is going to invite you to take more of a leadership position or take more initiative in regards to your work. The Hierophant reversed and the Ace of Cups and the King of Wands reversed. It looks like you may get some kind of creative opportunity or some kind of creative job, or you may be offered something, but it may feel a bit unconventional or something that is a bit out of your element or a little bizarre or a little, I would be careful with that King of Wands reversed, because there may be somebody who's offering it to you with hopes for something else, or this can be somebody in a leadership position who is maybe afraid you're going to take their job, or somebody who is, it's kind of like a misogynistic kind of person. Okay, so I feel like you'll get some kind of offer, but it's likely maybe going to come out of nowhere. It may be a little unconventional, or something a bit different than what you're used to, but you'll probably be forced to take on some kind of position that you're not used to taking on, or you're going to need to initiate in a way that you're not used to, or something in that regard. Full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. So I feel like that's what that tower is. And Venus. I feel like you hold a lot more value than you think. And I feel like something's going to pop off. Like something is going to happen that like changes the trajectory of where your life is going or what you do for work, something like that. And Venus is very positive. It can be something that where somebody really sees your value, or maybe it's a feminine energy, a woman who brings this offer to you in some way. But I feel like this is going to be bigger money. But this is about knowing your value, essentially. But I feel like you'll be asked to take the lead in some direction. And I feel like maybe somebody isn't happy about it. Maybe you're taking somebody else's position. So I would say yes. Okay. You have Anne. Okay, let's see if this person will reach out. Is this person going to reach out within the next 2 months? In the next 2 months, I would say yes. It may be for, I feel like this person's very sexually attracted to you, but it's possible that somebody new can be coming in. It can be a Leo or a Cancer. Okay, just a side note, but we're talking about this person. So I would say they'll likely take the lead within a couple of months. It feels like they're trying to offer you something or they're trying to put in the work. So it looks positive. It looks like something substantial. So this is kind of your advice because I felt like that was important. The Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's making me feel like you're needing to either join some kind of fitness group, or you're needing to collaborate with people in order to get your money up, or you're needing to work on a project with people, or if there's an offer that comes up in the next couple of months to be able to collaborate or work on a project with others. I feel like you should do so in order to increase your financial situation, to in order to increase your confidence, or maybe it's a health situation. Whatever it is, I feel like you'll be able to get on the same page with somebody, but the door will be there, but you're going to have to open it. Okay, just a complete side note. But I feel like it's also telling you that you need to know what your worth is, or know your worth, and take care of yourself. The Queen of Pentacles reverse can be a call to make sure that you're taking care of yourself in every aspect. Thanks a lot, Anne. Barbara. Okay, let me see the current. Seven of Swords, the Three of Wands. It can be this energy of like avoidance or attempting to avoid people. You can feel like things are kind of going on. I hate to say that, but you can kind of feel like things are going on behind your back and in some capacity, which can make you paranoid or make you just kind of wonder like what else is out there. I feel like you'll have the stamina and the wherewithal to be able to see what else is out there, but it's going to be about whether or not you actually take initiative. So it does kind of feel like you're waiting for something more, or you're waiting for something different while all of this other weird stuff is going on, maybe behind your back. Or, Seven of Swords can be like lying, cheating, stealing, people strategizing, kind of underhanded, or maybe that's kind of Five of Swords, but it can be like, some kind of shady aspects, the Seven of Swords there. So I feel like that's kind of continuing as far as the future. The Justice reversed and the Five of Cups. Um, Okay. Well, I mean, if we're talking about like an actual career, the justice can be about health or law and order, or it can be somebody who's like a compliance officer, or somebody who works in finance or teaching, or like a mediator. Um, the Five of Cups in regards to some kind of career can be like somebody who works at a bar or in hospitality, or counseling, or some kind of isolating work, or maybe a grief counselor or something like that. But if that's not what it is, it just looks like it looks like you're having a hard time making a decision. It looks like there's a lot of focus on the past, and some past imbalances and past upsets and some past injustices. And so I want to pull an advice thing for you, the Temperance. So this is about creating peace out of a strenuous situation. So this can be where you're needing to find the balance in your own life and look outside of your work for something that you feel is going to bring you peace, or you're needing to create it for yourself. So I kind of want to say act quicker rather than not. So don't wait around or delay or wait for things to change or wait for things to happen, because I feel like I hate to sound so negative, but I feel like you'll regret it. So try to start making some decisions now. Try to make some plans now. Try to see what else is out there now, and really, really work on that. Because I feel like if you don't, you're gonna be upset that you didn't. Okay. Thank you so much, Barbara. What's up, Jake? What's up, Top Flight? Oh my God, Shireen is here. Hi, Shireen. Oh, I love her. Okay, let's see. Sugar and snaps. Can you tell me how PL is feeling about me at this moment? Sure. This is somebody who feels like you're playing it safe, or you're kind of nervous, or there's some kind of maybe internal conflict that you have that's making you a little apprehensive, shy, insecure, something like that. And this person may feel like there's a refusal for you to come out of your comfort zone, either due to some kind of drama outside of the connection, within the connection, or within yourself. How this person feels. Ten of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. This person may be done like spending money on this, or done giving to this, or they feel like something is changing at like a brutal level, whether that's within the dynamic or within themselves. I feel like this person does see your value, but I also feel like they see their own, but they may feel like something is over, or there's nowhere to go but up, or something is changing in a very kind of stressful way for some reason. So I don't know if you guys have had some kind of conflict or some kind of ending, some kind of betrayal, something like that, but they're definitely feeling this at this moment. I don't know what that's about. Thank you, Sugar and Snaps. Maria, hi V, what's the best approach I can take to get the outcome I want? What's the outcome between him and I? Okay, let me see. The Nine of Swords reversed is a call to get out of your head, or stop focusing on the future, stop worrying about the future, stop overthinking things, and live in the present moment. So it's a call to kind of maybe reconnect with yourself and your heart's purpose, and what it is that makes you feel comfortable, and what it is that makes you feel safe in a relationship, and not being afraid to maybe ask for that or provide that for yourself. Make sure, if you feel like you're settling in a situation, I definitely think that you need to make yourself aware of that. It's okay to have needs, it's okay to have standards, okay? But if I'm not sure what the outcome is that you want, but that Two of Cups may be saying, don't be afraid to be emotionally vulnerable with this person and attempt to reconnect. Maybe you're needing to reconnect, maybe you're needing to go back to an old vacation house that you guys used to go to. Maybe there's an old way that you guys used to reconnect in some form or fashion. And it's saying, hey, maybe try that again. Remember when that used to work? Because that Eight of Cups is reversed and it's walking towards that Two of Cups. So I feel like being less in your mind, where we're constantly overthinking or worrying, and being more in your body and being more in your heart, right? That's what feminine energy is. And asking you to revisit that within yourself and reconnect with that part of yourself, because this is Venus in Cancer, okay? The feminine archetype, right? Can be like the very feminine mother, but Venus in Cancer is a very nostalgic, very loving, very protective, very vulnerable sign. It's probably one of my favorite Venus signs, I would say. So, yeah, do that. Outcome between you and him. Okay. Okay, I actually like it. The Nine of Cups, the Eight of Swords reversed, and the Four of Cups reversed tells me that if there's been some disappointment, some rejection, some apathy, it feels like you guys are making some kind of decision that is going to benefit both sides. And it feels like you both are getting what you want out of the situation. And the Nine of Cups is healthy in a relationship because it represents a an independence, not a codependence. So we're still getting what we want through healthy means. Confidence is your key to success. Speaking of Cancer, Um, so maybe you guys have a Cancer or Leo placement, because this is new moon in Leo. So I feel like this is a time where you need to be confident in your own feminine qualities, in your own nurturing, in protecting yourself, and being very vocal maybe about what your boundaries are. allowing yourself to communicate what makes you feel comfortable and what makes you feel happy at an emotional level. But I really feel like this is just more so about you being confident and being vulnerable and feminine and getting out of your head and getting into your body and your heart, basically, not to sound corny. Thank you so much, Maria. Good luck. It looks good. Sarah. Hi, gorgeous. Please, I want to know AMR's feelings for me. Does he still love me? Let me see his feelings for you. Empress reversed. He may feel, or this person, yeah, he may feel like you have some self-worth or self-value issues that have kind of tainted the connection or made it difficult for the both of you to be able to connect in the way that maybe he wants. The Empress in reverse can sometimes be someone who is a bit smothering or controlling or is attempting to control the outcome, and it can be because of low self-esteem issues. So whether that's true or not, he can feel that way about you specifically. The High Priestess reverse, what's that? The Nine of Wands reverse. He may feel like this is kind of a long time coming, or you guys have fought a lot of battles. He can feel like something came out either about him or you, or there have been secrets between the two of you in some way, shape, or form. And this can be somebody who maybe feels like at times you get paranoid, or you really get in your head, or you get in your feelings, or something like that. And they seem to be, this person seems to be a bit tired. The Strength reversed. It feels like they're tired or they're worn out or they're not super confident in it. They may have some ego or some pride issues attached to this connection for some reason. But at the same time, they can sometimes find it hard to say no to you, or they can sometimes really kind of let their guard down with you a bit, or maybe you're kind of like their weakness sometimes. But I'm gonna be honest, it looks pretty exhausting for some reason. It just looks a little like this person's exhausted. Thank you so much, Sarah. So I don't know. I mean, I think that there's an attraction there, but I'm not really seeing like you know what I mean? Unfortunately. Thank you, Sarah. Alban, is this Sagittarius being honest with me? Four of Swords. Yeah, I think so. I don't Four of Swords in the world is not like are not dishonest cards by any means. This person seems to be very objective or seems to be like there's not a lot of emotion in it. The Four of Swords is can be like an indifference, or it's more about our logical mind. Okay, and the world energy is mature. Okay, so I don't feel like this person is lying to you per se. It feels like they're being honest. They may be keeping some feelings to themselves with that Four of Swords. But it seems like they have closed something out that they were healing from, something like that. Feelings towards you. The Sun reversed and the Four of Pentacles. They may feel the need to hold back. They're not totally confident in taking a full-blown risk because they may feel like they could lose out big for some reason, or there could just be some apprehension there. And while they may kind of lack the confidence to fully take a risk, it seems like they're still trying to keep a positive mind frame despite their fear of risk taking in regards to this relationship. The Lovers reversed, the Two of Pentacles. They're not really sure here, if I'm going to be honest with you. They seem to be uncertain on whether or not this really aligns with who they are from a moral standpoint or in regards to their values or spiritual religious beliefs or whatever it may be. They're not really certain. It feels like they're trying to keep an open mind. They're kind of putting one foot in front of the other, but they're not really it's more of a hold back, restraint, I don't really know kind of vibe, to be honest. Let's hear your advice. Show the world the real you. This is saying just be authentic. Just be as authentic as you possibly can, as much as you can possibly stand it, and that's how you'll know somebody's really for you or not. Yin energy is about just kind of letting go, trusting, having patience. What's meant for you will find you, blah, blah, right? And all the while staying true to yourself. Okay. So it's basically saying, like, don't contort yourself for anybody. Don't try to force anything. Don't try to rush anything. You know what I mean? Thanks a lot, Alban. It's always nice to see you. Ramon. Happy belated. All right. Is there anybody that has a crush on Ramon? Mm, Page of Cups reversed, King of Cups reversed. I'm not really seeing like a crush. Somebody could okay, I imagine that you're a masculine. So somebody could be very apprehensive to offer you anything. They could be suspicious or paranoid that um you're kind of full of it, okay? It could be somebody who feels like, you're not really ready for a relationship, or somebody who doesn't really feel like maybe you're emotionally available or something like that. So tell me more about that Page of Cups reverse, the Tower. I feel like this is somebody who's already had like past with you, potentially, somebody who's had some past issues with you, and they may just have kind of like let this go, or there may have been some serious chaos between you and this person. But I'm not really seeing anything. If anything, I feel like it would be a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. Okay. If it would be anybody, but it feels like there's like, oh God, a very, like, they're not willing to be vulnerable because of, they feel like you're full of it or you're not available or something like that. Is there anybody coming in? The Page of Swords reversed. Jesus. The Hierophant reversed. The Six of Cups reversed. It feels like there's a past energy here who's stalking you or watching you online in some way. There can be somebody who's trying to paint some kind of narrative about you that I don't know if it's true or not, but it can be because of some kind of grudge. There can be a younger person that you end up attracting, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's not, it feels very immature. It feels very irresponsible. It feels like this person is maybe wrapped up in some gossip, rumors, drama, and somehow maybe you potentially get involved. You could meet this person online if you haven't met this person already. I see Taurus and Gemini here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I don't know. I see two pages, which can sometimes represent younger people. So I got to be honest with you, Ramon. I'm not. It doesn't look that great, it doesn't look that great, but it doesn't mean that you can't create the relationship that you want by looking in the place that you either feel like you'll find it. I know that I think the best love is not always necessarily when I'm looking for it, but when I'm really working on myself and I'm continuously evolving, I think. So maybe just continuously like work on yourself. But let's see what the advice says. Communication is key, and conjunction. So I feel like with this, communication is key. If you're wanting to, a conjunction in astrology is like when two planets come together, basically, right? So if you want a union, if you want to merge, if you want to come together with another person, it's saying like, maybe create that dating profile, or maybe go on speed dating, or put yourself out there. If there's somebody that you like, start up a conversation or whatever that may mean for you. But if it's saying communication is key, then this is telling you to, open your mouthpiece, use it. It's there for a reason. And that way, you starting the conversation and kind of getting the ball rolling can bring you in the relationship that you may want. So that is what I have for you, Ramon. Thank you. Okay, I just want to see what's coming for me. Okay, show me the next 3 months for MK. Judgment. Something from the past may be revisited. The Knight of Pentacles. It can be an old financial opportunity, is what I want to say, or something from the past that maybe you were working on and you may have put it on the shelf and now it may be coming back. It can be a specific person, but it feels more, let me see. It feels more financial or professional potentially. The Wheel of Fortune reverse. I would be cautious of trying to force something or push something too much because it looks like a positive opportunity, or it looks something. What's that Wheel of Fortune reverse? The Magician reverse. So I want to say, like, whatever this thing is, it looks really positive. It looks like something that is attached to your higher purpose or that's going to help you in that specific direction. And you may start to work on it, or somebody brings you the opportunity, something like that. But you can start getting in your head about it with that Magician reverse. You can start getting in your head a lot of self doubt can start to kick in. You can start overthinking things, which is going to reverse some level of progress, or it's going to kind of stop your progress in some way. Now, it can absolutely be possible that somebody's trying to manipulate you into not doing this, or they're trying to pull you back or get you to start over or something like that. But it just may be somebody who's trying to manipulate you in a bad way, like they don't have good intentions. So, whoops, Three of Swords reversed in the Page of Pentacles. This tells me that you may be receiving an offer that can be very healing for you after coming out of some kind of maybe sadness or heartbreak or something like that. But I feel like there's going to be some kind of financial, business, health, something like that, some kind of opportunity like that is going to get you out of some kind of negative headspace that potentially you've been in. You can start learning something new. You can create some kind of new business, or you can get an offer to be invited into whatever the potential of this thing is. So that looks really positive. Just be careful of anybody maybe who's jealous or trying to manipulate you, or you getting in your own head, which can stop progress. The energy is gaining momentum, and house three. So this can be something that is in your local neighborhood. This can be something that is in regards to like actually learning something or content creation. The third house can be around communication or your local neighborhood or vehicles, learning, podcasts, writing, things like that. So something can kind of take off in regards to that. And it can be asking you to kind of get out there, meet people, get on social media. If you're looking for love or something, maybe get on dating apps, right? Third house, maybe you're needing to create a website for something like that, or you're needing to educate yourself in regards to the thing that you're attempting to pursue. It may also be telling you that in order for whatever this is to gain more momentum, you may need to go out there and network with people. Thanks a lot, MK. Green. Hi V, what will come of me and the Capricorn D? Okay, let me see. The Knight of Swords reversed, the King of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So it may feel for a while like he's just being a little passive, or he's maybe a little triggered, or he's not really taking action, or there's things he's not really saying that you may feel like he should be saying, or something like that. But I feel like with that King of Swords, there's something that he will be communicating to you. And it feels like he's being very logical. It feels like his head on is straight. He's attempting to be fair, and he's being very clear, very communicative with you about this Eight of Pentacles reverse. What's that Eight of Pentacles reverse? The Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So the Seven of Pentacles is where we invest in something, or in this case, in another. Now, this can be something that he's communicating to you about a job, or about some kind of standard or about putting an effort towards this. That Seven of Pentacles is once again where we're investing in some regard, and whether we are getting a return or not is dependent upon whether this is reversed or not. Now, it's in the upright, which means there is a return, but then the next step that we go to is once there is a return, now we're trying to master something, or we're trying to raise the standard, or we're trying to work on something. That's when the Eight of Pentacles comes about. But when the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse, it's saying, well, maybe we need to rethink this investment, or maybe we need to rethink the kind of effort that we're putting into this, or maybe we're needing to raise the standard, or hey, I'm bored. Can we switch something up? Right? Can we switch our sex life up? Or, it can be really anything, but it feels like this person is being very honest with you about something that maybe isn't working. It may also feel like this person isn't putting in the effort that you want them to put in. Like it may not be the standard that you expected from them or that you desire from them. The Four of Wands reverse, commitment issues or insecurities or home issues may sometimes hold this person back, but they have a lot of faith in this and a lot of hope. So it feels like they're attempting to be communicative. There may be something that's not really meeting a standard or not really working out that this person is trying to talk to you about. And there may be some insecurities that kind of come about, but it feels like this is somebody who feels like this connection is very healing for them. So there's hope there. It can be very future focused, that star. So I don't feel like it's bad. Your advice is your commitment is being tested. Okay, well, and yang. So your commitment is being tested can be to a lot of different things. Maybe it's to the connection, maybe it's to yourself. Whatever your commitment is being tested around, which you'll probably know better than me, you know your situation better than me, it's telling you to take initiative. So that yang energy is more masculine. This is where we're being proactive. This is where we are expressing ourselves. This is where we're doing, and this is where we are one foot in front of the other, forward motion. So in regards to whatever this commitment is, or the commitment that you're taking on, or even the commitment to yourself, it's telling you to be proactive in this matter. Thanks a lot, Shireen. It's always good to see you. All righty, we got Top Flight. What are the woman's feelings and thoughts for me? I made a delivery there today. Let me see feelings. Two of Swords, Queen of Cups reversed. Feel like she's trying to keep it peaceful. She may have trust issues, to be honest with you, this person. So it feels like she's trying to keep it cool. She may be avoiding this emotionally because she either doesn't trust you or she just has trust issues in general. Okay. Let me see how she sees you. Okay. She feels like Ten of Wands and the Ten of Cups reverse. She feels like you're responsible and you can handle a lot and you take on a lot, but she may feel like you're not, commitment potential, or she may feel like you won't be emotionally supportive, or she may feel like you're having relationship issues yourself, or maybe she feels like you just have a lot on your plate and you wouldn't be emotionally available if she tried. Something like that. I'm assuming that this is romantic. Thanks a lot, Top Flight. Jake, what is my biggest block towards achieving what I want? The moon, your own fears. It's just like with everybody, right? The moon. And it's also about trusting yourself. The moon is where we need to trust ourselves, even though we can't see everything, right? Even though we can't see like what's going to happen or the future. It's about trusting where you're being led and trusting in your own intuition and moving past your fears, essentially. Yeah, see, Chariot reverse, a lack of courage, I think. I think there needs to be more courage. I think that even though you may fear something, or, fear the outcome or whatever, I think that you have the wherewithal. I think that you have what it takes, but you're needing to push through that fear and kind of trust yourself and trust God or the universe or whatever it is that you believe in. The King of Pentacles reversed. The King of Pentacles reverse can kind of be like how you're going about success. So the King of Pentacles reverse can represent a lot of things. So I'm going to say the most nasty negative one first, and you can decide which one is you. The King of Pentacles reverse can sometimes represent a masculine energy who will ride on other people's coattails in order to get what it is that they want. Okay, so it may be saying you need to adjust the way that you go about that. However, it can be a sense of stubbornness, a lack of stability. This is Taurus energy. And so Taurus energy is very fixed in nature. Well, it's a fixed sign, right? It keeps its eye on the ball and it might take them a while. But they're not afraid to take their time. They're not afraid to just keep on going, right? A log falls on their path and they either move around it or hobble over it or whatever, and they just keep going, right? So it may be that, and maybe that you need to value your time more. Maybe you're needing to value yourself more. The Ace of Cups, you may be needing to be a bit more emotionally open as well. I feel like you're needing to reach some kind of standard that you've either set for yourself or that you've wanted to become. But it may be asking you to be more vulnerable and be more creative and allow your creative self to kind of come to the forefront as well. Thanks, Jake. It's nice to see you. Then we have, what's up, Courtney? What's up, Julianne? What's up, Brian? What's up, Lee? Daniel, hey V, my question is peace feelings for me right now. I'm on a break and I wonder if he has moved on already. All right, let me see. Seven of Wands. Wands, Three of Cups. I mean, this is somebody who may feel like they need to kind of stand up for themselves around you, or they may need to kind of keep you at bay. I feel like there is some level of camaraderie there. There may be a desire to want to come back together. The Three of Cups can be a reconciliation. It can just be kind of hanging out, even if it's just as friends. So I feel like there's that feeling, or that there's that inclination to want to do that. But that Seven of Wands tells me that this person may feel like they have a lot on their plate. What's that Seven of Wands? The Nine of Pentacles reversed. I feel like they're a little resistant to come together because they fear that they would have to either be someone that they aren't, or they feel like they would need to overcompensate in order to um compete for you or to maintain the connection. So it's almost like they feel as though they would have to give something that they really don't have, where they would end up over promising and under delivering kind of thing. Have they already moved on? You may feel like it's done, to be honest. They may feel like it's done, but they still feel this desire, maybe even to like maintain a friendship with you. But they, with that Nine of Pentacles reverse, they may feel like they can't promise you more than that at this time. At least for now. Maybe it will change. Energy is always changing, thank God. Thanks a lot, Daniel. Lee. Hi, hun. Can you please tell me why my boyfriend is acting? Okay. Six of Wands reversed, Page of Wands. He may feel entitled, maybe in his ego. There can be a lot of reasons. I mean, the Six of Wands reversed for a reason why somebody's keeping space. They can feel like they don't really want to give this attention. They can be redirecting their energy in another place that makes them feel more confident. Maybe they're giving to their passions, or they're giving to their creative juices a little bit more. Or the Six of Wands reverse can also be that somebody may kind of be in their ego because they feel like they didn't get enough attention from you in the way that they had desired. I feel like he's being a little immature with that Page of Wands there. So it just feels like he's being a little petulant. Bryant. Oh, thank you. Which would be more easy? A random reading or saying she she sells seashells by the seashore. Your choice. Um, well, that has to be one of the strangest super chats I have ever fucking had. Um, but I will do both because I'm a nice guy, you know? Let's see what you can expect here in the coming months. Okay. There may be a lot of options that you have, either in regards to love in the near future, or maybe in regards to something that you're trying to discover. It can be passion, it can be a place to go, but the Knight of Wands is usually something you're very passionate about, something you're wanting to explore. And you can kind of get a reality check in the coming months about what that is, and you can end up taking action towards whatever that may be. You could end up traveling here in the next few months. I would be careful with this. I'm getting something like there can be an issue with like travel, or there can be an issue in communication, or there can be some kind of miscommunication that kind of alters your plans. So I want to say just, make sure that you're dotting all your I's and crossing all of your T's if that is the case. You may have a conversation here in the near future, and it may be hard to get your point across, or there may be a difficult time having this conversation between you and another person because you guys are both very stuck on your own perspective, and so the conversation isn't really going anywhere. So be cautious of that as well. Okay. Ooh, I'm starting to lose steam. All right, let's see. What's up, Eddie? Courtney B times two. All right. We have Julianne. Thank you for the Aquarius read. Lighten up resonated with me, and I needed to hear it at this time. Aw, you're welcome, of course. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. And sometimes we all need to lighten up a little bit. I know I need to. I'm so fucking dramatic. I literally got voted for most dramatic in my middle school yearbook and still stands. And so I can really dramatize things sometimes. So I get it. Thanks a lot, Julie. I appreciate you. And I hope everything works out. I'm sure that it will. Courtney B. Oh, don't apologize. So you can go for me. All right, let's see how this weekend will go for you. Five of Pentacles reversed. If you've been feeling kind of out of the loop, or you feel like something's been missing, or you've been estranged from someone, or there's been some kind of financial issue, I feel like that will be resolved in some way. Especially if it comes to something that maybe made you angry, or made you jealous, or made you upset. I feel like there can be some reckoning around that, where you can kind of get out of that mind frame, or maybe something is resolved that helps you kind of work through that emotion a little bit. Now, on another note, if there's a feminine energy around you who may be angry with you, or jealous of you, or something like that, I feel like there can be something that's worked out around that, or you can have more clarity around that situation. Ooh, Ace of Wands. If you're interested, you might get laid, but I feel like it will be a lot of hype, and then it's just kind of like, "Wah," with that Emperor reverse. So if this is about a masculine energy that you may be interested in, listen, I'm not saying that you're gonna go have a one night stand. I don't know. Okay. I don't try to pretend to know people's love and sex lives. Well, maybe I do. But this Ace of Wands with that Emperor in reversed, if you're interested in masculine energy at this time, it can be somebody that you're like very, very attracted to, and then you can feel like they're trying too hard, or they're doing too much, which can kind of like end up turning you off. Okay. But there can be somebody that you're attracted to. Now, on the other hand, this can be where you feel very motivated to do something, but you could feel like there's a man in your life who's trying to control how you go about it, or, maybe to an extent of trying to control what you wear, or just kind of being an asshole, if I'm going to be honest with you. Tell me about this Emperor reversed. The Hermit could be a Virgo or an Aries. This can be somebody who is kind of going through an ego death, or this can be somebody who is learning to be more self-aware, but they're having a hard time kind of with the journey. So the hermit goes on a journey because they have been looking for something outside of themselves for a long time, or their whole life, or whatever it is. And so this journey teaches them that everything that they've needed to go on this journey, they've had it the entire time. And this can be somebody in your life who may need to go through this journey, or who is currently going through this journey. And while you're going through the hermit journey, it can be a bit difficult. It's literally the journey of like the dark night of the soul, or self-awareness. So there can be somebody that you're attracted to, maybe, who's going through that. Now, of course, this can be you. Okay. This can certainly be your own masculine energy kind of coming to the forefront. And if that's the case, I feel like it's about, yes, you can be motivated and you can be excited to go and do something. But you're going to have to take initiative. You're going to have to be the authority in your own life. You're going to kind of need to understand like what the fuck you're made of in order to pursue whatever this is. So it feels like you're kind of on fire with it, but it's how you go about it that's really going to matter. And the Ace of Wands can be a lot of different things. It can be like a more, the Ace of Wands can be like more of a, it can be like a phallic shape, right? That's why when I see the Ace of Wands, I think a lot about like sex, right? Or a strong masculine energy. So that can certainly be the case. Ace of Swords. I feel like you're going to have a conversation this week. Give me one more. The Queen of Swords reversed. This may be you. I would say make sure that you're keeping your cool this weekend. I do feel like there's a double opportunity here in order to create something new that you want, in order to manifest something new, whatever it is. But I just want to say once again, how you go about it. You may end up losing your cool with that Queen of Swords reversed, where you kind of, want to flip out on somebody, or you're leading with emotion. Don't do that, because you may end up regretting it. Okay. So let's see what your advice is. Work through your fears. And fixed. Interesting. So I feel like there's something that you want. I feel like there's something that you're trying to work towards. And I feel like you need to be persistent with it. But in order to be persistent, you're going to have to figure out maybe what these fears are that's keeping you from that persistence. And I think that whatever it is, kind of keep your eye on the prize, or keep your eye on the ball. But there's some kind of fear that is creating almost a yield sign on your path to whatever you're attempting to achieve. I hope that fucking made sense. Thanks a lot, Courtney. All right. I need to shuffle again. Two more shuffles. Okay. Courtney B. I joined a band as the lead singer. All right. And they're treating me a bit like a human jukebox. Ugh. Am I going to succeed with this? Let's see. The Devil, the Knight of Cups reversed, and the Five of Swords. So, what's that devil? The Fool reversed. It can definitely start to feel like you are kind of chained to this band, honestly. You can feel a little bit powerless here. You can feel like even your creativity is kind of blocked, or you feel like no matter how much you give, it's just not enough with that Five of Swords. You can start to feel like there's kind of mind games at play. It could end up really putting you in a mood. You know, you can feel like you're stuck. You can feel like you're stuck, and you're going to feel as though you really can't trust fall, so to speak, on this journey with these people or whatever it may be. So, um, you know, the devil is like where you're chained to something, you know, and then if it was like with other positive cards, I'd be like, oh, fucking cool. Like you're feeling like empowered, you're feeling like the shit, but it's not. With the Fool reverse, the Knight of Cups reverse, the Five of Swords, it's really not, it's not the best energy. So I don't think so. Okay, let's see what you should do. The Queen of Pentacles reversed and the King of Wands. That Queen of Pentacles reversed can be a call to take care of you at the end of the day, or to put yourself first, to take initiative, you know, to focus on your own health and your own stability and your own money, right? It's Capricorn energy. So Capricorn is cardinal. And so it's cardinal earth. So it takes initiative in a slow and methodical way, but it's going to fucking get it done right. And I feel like with that King of Wands there, it's about taking the lead in your own life in regards to who it is that you want to be, whether it's in this band or something else entirely. There may be a King of Wands energy that is around you or that you end up meeting, and you may benefit from taking heed of their advice. You and your loved ones are safe, and house one. So this is about you. So I feel like if there's any kind of concern around people in your life or people that you love, for some reason there may be a worry or a concern, like I stated, I feel like everything's going to be fine in that regard if there has been a concern. The house one is saying that once again, this is about you and your self image and your approach to life and your individuality and what you want. And house one is also a technically, in a way, a cardinal house, because it's an actual Aries house, and Aries is about the self, and it's also about taking initiative. And sometimes Aries just kind of wants to be first, right? But it's in its highest vibration, it is the defender of self, the defender of others. It's the leader. And so I feel like, um, think about that term, lead singer, and then try to remember that in some way you run the show, but you're allowing people maybe to, mm, top you from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? When you are the star or you are the lead of everything. So you should take the lead. You should take the lead. You know what I mean? So kind of learn to call the shots and assert yourself. Aries or house one is also how we assert ourselves. How are you asserting yourself? Are you asserting yourself? You know? So that's what I think. Thanks, darling. Good luck and congrats. Just put up some boundaries. Eddie, what do I need to know? You may be wasting your time in a situation that's going to lead to a disappointment. I don't like to use the term waste of time. I don't think anything is necessarily a waste of time. I think that there's something to take or something to learn from everyone and everything. But there may basically be something that you are continuously putting money into or energy into, and it's just not it. It may be asking you to, you know, water the grass somewhere else, you know, or maybe you are supposed to be investing in something that you like. How do I explain this? Like, for instance, right, so I have two kids. This is just an example, apply this how you may, but I have two kids. You know, I have my cat, I have my little apartment, whatever. And a lot of the times I will get very caught up in like the news and the unfortunate events that are happening in the world, and I can feel a great deal of empathy, and I can get very sad and very down. And I'm a humanitarian at heart, I think, and so I get very, you know, but my energy sometimes, or my mind, I don't want to say it's wasted in that direction, but there's not necessarily much I can do about things in the world. But I have two kids, and I have, kids that love me. And if I can put my focus there on what I can control and what I can pour into, it's kind of like that saying, the grass is green where you water it. So kind of think about w- like what grass do you have available to you, and what are you watering that you can control? Does that make sense? I feel like a disconnect that maybe you have with a person, or if you start feeling disconnected from yourself, or maybe you're feeling a little sad or something. I feel like you'll be able to use that to motivate you in some direction. Whether it's like, this can be makeup sex, okay, if you're if you're on the outs with somebody, but it can also be where something that made you sad ends up motivating you. Maybe it motivates you to go to the gym. Maybe it motivates you to create a business or something like that. So I feel like you'll probably have a spark of creativity, or you're just going to want to take initiative on something due to some kind of emotional disconnect in some way. And I feel like you probably should. I hope that that makes sense. Sorry, once I get to the end of the super chats, I start getting really like wah, wah, a little bit. So all right, I'm going to get out of here. I love all of you. Have a good one. Thank you so much, Lori, Kinez, Complexity. I love you guys. Take it easy, okay? You're welcome, Courtney, of course. I love you to pieces. Oh my God, Aubrey, I hope you're okay. Oh my goodness, I wish I could give you a big old hug. I hope you're okay. My goodness, poor baby. I'm so sorry. But thank you guys. Mwah. I love you. Have a good one. And make sure that you guys turn on notifications for my new video that's coming out on I think it's Friday, on Where Dead Flowers Bloom. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.